Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Toon review for today's Watchalong. Of course, it is Leeds United against Newcastle United from Elland Road. This is going to be a cracking game, I think, a very, very exciting game. Newcastle United, of course, desperate for the 3 points as they push towards the Champions League. And, of course, for Leeds United, it is huge for them as well at the bottom end of the table for all the wrong reasons. Now, just to let you know that the chat today is going to be subscriber only. Now, please, let me just explain what subscriber only is, because a lot of people thought last week that it was members only and you had to pay to be able to comment. That is not true at all. You need to be a subscriber to be able to comment on the show. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, you won't be able to comment. So please just hit the subscribe button, and around 5 minutes after that, you'll be able to comment if you want to take part. So if you do enjoy the show, please hit the like button as usual. Please do subscribe to the channel as usual. Come and be part of this amazing community, as you will see in the chat this afternoon. And of course, hit that notification bell, which will let you know when we go live or we upload. And you can donate to the channel if you wish today by hitting that $sign at the bottom of the live comments. Just hit that button and that will take you right through to a payment method. Now, of course, if you do want to donate, you will get your comment read out straight away as well. So let's get to it. Let's look at the two sides today, how they will line up. This is Newcastle United's lineup. We go with Nick Pope in goal, Kieran Trippier right back, and of course, captain. Centre-backs are Fabian Schär, Sven Botman. Left back is Dan Burn. The midfield three will continue to be Bruno, Joe Willock, and Joe Linton. And up front, there is one change with Miggy Almiron starting instead of Murphy today on that right-hand side. But we do once again go with Isak and Wilson. So Isak will play the left-hand role again, and Wilson will be through the middle as our preferred striker. So very interesting that he's gone with that again. He did hint, of course, in the press conference yesterday that he might do that again, and well, he certainly hasn't let us down on that one. Isak and Wilson both in the starting 11 again. For the home side, Leeds United, they line up with Robles in goal, Firpo, Wober, Christensen, Ayling, Koch, McKennie, Greenwood, Harrison, Rodrigo, and Bamford. It's a very interesting lineup from Big Sam, I have to say. You know, Gnonto's not in the starting lineup. You know, Forshaw, you could say sometimes, Somerville, Jorginho, they've got some good players on the bench. But, you know, if I look at that Leeds United side, guys, I've got to say, we should be beating these. That's no disrespect to Leeds. They've got some decent individual players there. There's no doubt about that. But we should be beating Leeds United today. I look at their lineup and there's nothing really there that scares me initially. I think Gnonto playing probably would have, but obviously Sam hasn't gone with him. So for me, let's get at these guys. Let's get at them from the start and really go for the throat and try and win this game, because I think that the lineup we've got, you know, we should be able to beat Leeds. We should. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Matthew says, watching from the South Australian desert today. Keep hydrated, matey. Matt says, 3 left backs on the bench. Yep, that's pretty much sums up how big the summer transfers will be. Marius, good day to you. Miggy, the laughing assassin to get the winner. I hope you're right, Peter. I really do. War Miggy needs to play like he did before the World Cup. I agree 100% with that, Julie. I think it's a very important game. This is a big game for Miggy. You know, let's be honest, he hasn't really been at it since the World Cup. He's had a couple of injuries, hasn't looked himself, but it's a big game for him today to step up to the challenge. He's up front with Wilson and Isak. Big opportunity, huge opportunity for him. We just had a super chat come in there from Keith Truscott. Thank you, Keith. £5 super chat. He says, our quality will come through. 2-0, Isak and Callum to score. Boy, I hope you're right with that, Keith. I really do. I would expect us to. I'm quite confident today. Toon Dave says, afternoon all. Looking forward to this today. It'll be tough, but we have enough. Interesting lineup. Looks all about pace for me. Isak and Wilson again. Be good to see that combo work. It will. Now, whether the combo works or not, I'm not so sure. Time will tell. Jabba Dabba Doo, thank you very much for your £2 super chat. He says that it's going to be 5-0 today. And he's going with Wilson, Botman, and a hat-trick from Isak. Incredible, really. But talking about Jabba Dabba Doo, I want to give a shout-out to Jonathan's uncle. He's 60-year-old. And has Down syndrome, and his name is Malcolm. So I want to give a big shout out to Malcolm today on the watch along. Hope he enjoys today's game. I know, according to Jonathan, he hasn't been too well. So a massive shout out to Malcolm, and I hope you really enjoyed today's game, Malcolm. And I hope we go out and absolutely thrash them for you. That's what it's all about. So thank you very much for that. I Like Coffee says, I'm going for a 3-1 win today. Isak, Ziggy Zaggy run before scoring. Mafinho 60-yard volley. And Gordon zippy run before chipping it over the goalkeeper after going 1v1. Jeez, I hope you're right. Toon Gamer says they're playing 5 at the back, so it'll be tough to break down. Yeah, but eventually they'll have to come out at us. Eventually they will. They'll have to come at us. And that means that we can attack them on the break as well. Let's not forget that. We got some good pace in the side again today. And hopefully we can use it better than what we did against Arsenal, because we have to be better than that. AJ says, nervous about this game. We should batter him, but don't think we will. Brian, good afternoon. He says, don't think we can judge too harshly against Arsenal. Leeds might have more time with the ball. Mark and Danny, hola Paul, I hope you're well. We're going 3-1. Isak and Miggy 2. Kendo says, think we have a good combo of pace and quality and strength. Yes, I agree with that. And that's how it should be. Billy, good afternoon. Of course, Billy will be joining us at half-time for some assessment of the half. And then, of course, at full-time as well. So looking forward to Billy coming on for that. He says, Allardyce with the 5-2-3 or 5-3-2, expect them to wear the leather off the ball. Yeah, it certainly looks that way, doesn't it? Dominic says, Paul, Newcastle are making their own history. Statistically, it does not matter what has happened. We will win today. Adam's going 4-1 to us with a brace from Big Joe. Is it just me? Has Paul frozen? Says Ian, no, it's you, mate. Mine is working perfectly fine. KB, good afternoon over there in Belfast. Let's do this. How are the lads? 2-0 to the Toon. Indeed, I'm looking forward to it. Sophia, good afternoon to you. Rachel, good afternoon. Vincent is worried about this game. Look, I know people are worried about it, but let's be really brutally frank here. If we play to our normal capabilities, we should be beating Leeds United today. There is no doubt in my mind that we should be beating Leeds. With the team we have, the way we play, against a side who has struggled all season. Yes, they'll be up for it. Yes, Sam will get them buzzing. It's his first home game, but they're down there for a reason. Although I don't want Leeds to be relegated. I really don't. I want them to stay up, but I've got to have my Newcastle head on today and say that I want the Mags to win. We've got Champions League football to play for. And I think if we play our normal game, we should win this. John Joe, thank you very much for your $4.99 super chat. He says it's going to be typical Allardyce tactic, park the bus and hit on the counter-attack as we need a win. I don't care about the score. We miss Longstaff big time. Yeah, we do, but it's important that we try and adjust without him. If he is going to be out now till the end of the season, we have to adjust. We simply have no choice but to adjust and play a different way, I guess. It's going to be interesting to see how Bruno plays today. I'm intrigued as to that because I wonder if Eddie Howe has been working with anything in training regarding Bruno to try and free him up a little bit because he hasn't been able to play in that free range that we love and we love about Bruno. So hopefully we will see that today. Crazy on the subscriber count. We went up to 349. We're back to 348. Interesting. Keep those subscriptions coming, guys. Let's see how many we can get by the end of the stream today on our journey to 20,000 subscribers. Now, of course, it's a subscriber only in the comments for a reason, because we don't want any spoilers. If you do subscribe to the channel, then you've got to wait 5 minutes before you can comment. So hopefully that'll get rid of the idiots who just like the spoilers for everybody else and the trolls, etc. If they do want to subscribe and then wait 5 minutes to comment and then unsubscribe, well, that's a little bit sad. So that's the way we're doing it today, of course. But if you are in the chat, please, no spoilers. I have BT as well, but I'm watching it through the internet, not Sky. So, we may well be ahead or behind or level with each other. As usual, if you kick off before me, just pause your TV and wait till I say we're underway, and then you'll be bang on level with me for the match. Turn off the crap commentary at BT and, of course, listen to the commentary on here and watch the game on the TV with me. So it works out really good both ways. Enjoyed the match, Malcolm. Thank you, Rothwell. A couple of comments in there for Malcolm. Mawson says, when we win today, we need just one more point since Liverpool will lose on Monday. Look, it's all in our hands. It's in our hands to qualify. I don't really give him a monkey's hairy ass about who does what and where, as long as we just deal with it ourselves and not have to rely on anybody else. Ian Fleming, thank you for your £5 super chat. He says, afternoon, Paul. 3-1 win today. Appreciate that, buddy. Pedro says, good sunny afternoon, you beautiful people. Surprised at the team. Eddie Howe, shithousery again. You've got to love him. Yano says, the only way Big Sam could derail our drive for Champions League is if our supporters appointed him as our manager. Yeah, absolutely. Toon Dave says, enjoy Malcolm, should be a good one. Paolo, good afternoon. Peter's going for a draw. Boom, Wilson is gas. I hope he goes and I hope he hammers in a hat-trick. Mrs. Toon Review is in the house. Of course, Modern back there with Rach and the other mods. Tom should be there. Ryan and Fez possibly. Trevor says, hi, everyone. 2-0 the Toon. How are the lads? Trevor, just to let you know, mate, you need to spell Howe with an O and not an A, because that is the Sunderland way of saying how are the lads. We are HOW. And I know it's a bit petty, but that's, you don't want to sound like a Mackham, do you? Distracted Hodgson says, in how we trust, let's hope Wilson and Isak get on the score sheet and set us off for the remaining games. Matt says, a draw for Leeds isn't good for them either. No, it's not. So, listen, this could develop into a very open game if we're honest, because as the comment said there, they've got to come at us as well. They've got to win the game. It's vital that they get 3 points because they can't rely on just draws. There's no way they can stay up with that. So they've got to come at us. And that might suit us again because we like the counter-attack. We've got pace. Some very good players up front who can go and do a job for us. So it could end up being a very open game. And if it opens up, then I would suggest that suits us more than it does Leeds United, to be honest. Football Matters says, come on, Newcastle, 3-1 win today. Joanne says, I can see this match getting dirty. Leeds will put themselves around. You wouldn't expect a Big Sam team not to. So expect Leeds to come at us hard. But we have got to be, look, we can't just sit there as victims all the time and say, oh, they put some heavy challenges in. We've got to be up for it like that as well. And we can be. The likes of Fabian Schär, Bruno can put a tackle in, Big Joe can put a tackle in, so can Botman, Trippier. If they start getting at us like that, then give it back. Don't just take it up the backside. We go for them as well. This is what it's all about. Leeds will do everything they possibly can to get 3 points out of this game today. Absolutely everything. And rightly so. They're in a relegation battle. I would expect the same. We did expect the same when we were down there. So expect Leeds to come out hard, really hard. And I'd be surprised if they didn't. Would-be Farmer says, defend well and long ball it. That will be Sam's tactic, 0-0, and hope for a good bounce. We need to bring Daisy on for the last 20. Her strength in the middle. Yeah. I woke up feeling good, says Barth. 3-1 to the Toon. James says teams would have never played 5 at the back against us in the past. 1 centre-back and a sweeper keeper would have done it. Oh, how the times have changed. Absolutely. And isn't it beautiful? Isn't it just fantastic? Is anybody else thinking this game could backfire on us? Vincent, positivity, man. Come on. You know, we've had enough of days gone by where, you know, under the previous regime, where we looked at the team thinking, oh, if we can keep it to 4 or 5, we'll have done well. This is a different era now for the Toon. Come on. Let's get that confidence going. Kelvin says, I don't think they'll have attacking intent. You're very welcome, matey. No problem at all. Brian says, I meant against Leeds, we should have more of the ball. I agree with that. We should. Definitely. Paul Tully says, afternoon, Paul Modern chat. Surprised Eddie's gone again with both Isak and Wilson. But I think they will play a little different today. 5-1 to the Toon. That's more like it. Come on, bit of confidence going. I Like Coffee says, what snacks and refreshments are everyone having for the game? Well, I've had my lunch and everything beefed up and just basically Pepsi Max sitting by my side for drinks. Carl says, confident but not taking anything for granted. Is this our strongest 11? If not, who is? I think it's a good conversation to have. What is our strongest 11? I don't think we've really spoke about that on our live shows either, to be honest. What is the actual best 11 that we have available right now? It'd be an interesting conversation because a lot of people might say Maxi on the left, but a lot of people would say, you know, Joe Linton and Willock down the left. They've done us really proud this season, so continue with them. So it would be a very good conversation. Statement win today, 5-1. Bruno, Joe Willock, and 2 for Wilson. James Ellison says, I just want to say I am now God status on FM23. Well, my season hasn't started yet. I'm still in the friendlies, but I wouldn't say it's going too well, the results so far. But I have made some decent signings. Madison's one of them. So I'm hoping that by the time I start the season, it'll be all right. Dynamics Detail, and thank you very much for your $4.99 super chat, my man. Looking for a masterclass from Bruno today, Paul. 2-0 the Toon. Yeah, he's got to take control of that midfield, and I just hope that we've worked something different out to allow him to do that, allow him to have more of the ball and have more of a say on the game. That's what we need. Julie says, Big Sam, kudos for defending us against the time-wasting comments. Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty vocal about all the managers in the Premier League so far, and he basically laughed it off, saying, you know, if you're winning 2-1 in the last 5 minutes of the game, are you telling me that these, you know, Guardiola, etc., don't time waste? Of course they do. So ridiculous. I mean, this dark arts crap has just got to end, really. It's a load of bollocks. Craig says, if we do not beat these, we do not deserve Champions League. Yeah, well, Champions League's based on a season, Craig, you know, qualification. I mean, the way we've played this season, I think we do deserve it. You know, yes, you know, we've got 4 games left. It's very nerve-wracking. It's twitchy arse time. But hopefully, we'll do it. And we'll make sure that this good season we have has something very, very rewarding at the end of it. Magic Mole, good afternoon to you. I heard there was a 20-minute buyout on Matters if they get relegated, so fingers crossed. Again, we'll just have to wait and see, to be honest. Billy says, unless Cox steps into midfield, Bruno should get more time today. Yeah, he should. And let's hope he does. Allardyce playing hoofball plays into our hands. We've one of the tallest teams in the league. Yeah, you would assume that, you know, I would presume that Eddie's got them ready. Eddie'll have them ready to sort of, the likes of Botman and Shea, they'll have been working on that in training for the long balls. And you would assume that long balls into our penalty area, we can deal with. You know, Dan Burn can cut in as well and defend. We've got the height there. There's no doubt about that. And should the long ball really worry us? I don't think it should. What does worry me about previous games is sometimes, you know, we've pushed up and then we've got caught out, you know, with a ball around the back. So hopefully that won't happen today. Woofer says, afternoon, guys. Here's to a good game and a 3-0 win. Rachel says, one more reminder before the match starts. No all caps, no duplicates and absolutely no spoilers. Wait for Paul to comment or you will be removed. Indeed. But we're on subscribers only, and I think our subscribers normally do very much play to the rules, so we will keep that going. Matt says the set pieces must be bloody better today. Hashtag Team Ball. Yes, they were. We'll see how they get on with them. What I want to see is just a little bit of a change. You know, not the same person taking it. We don't need Trips to take every single set piece. We've got players, for me, in that starting 11 who can take set pieces and who are good passers of the ball. Maybe it would just, you know, upset the opposition a little bit because they expect Trippier to take every one. Dave says it sounds like Leeds are parking the bus. Wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. Sophia says Leeds fans are great. They don't bugger off home when their team is losing. Yep, which they're very similar to us, to be honest. And I think I'd love to see Leeds stay in the Premier League. I've said that many, many times. Krishansu says Newcastle 2, Leeds 1 is my prediction. Chip has this as Everton all over it. Yeah, I mean, I expect Leeds to come out hungry. Maybe park the bus, but put some strong tackles in. Now, how long they could keep that pace up for is another question. We know how super fit our guys are, and that's what happened at Everton. As soon as Everton started to flag a little bit, we were all over them. We were in there, and we did what we needed to do, and we ended up scalping them. So it could be that. It could be that again today. Spoilers think there's some award-winning journalists who think they're getting a scoop by posting spoilers. Just stop yourself from typing. Well, hopefully we won't get any today, because if you want to comment on the show, you need to be a subscriber, not a member, I must point out. You don't have to pay to be a subscriber, guys. It's free. Hit the subscribe button and be part of our amazing community here on the Toon Review. The little fella says, how are the lads? 3-0 today, Wilson 2 and Isak. Ashington says, are we confident today, lads? Nervous as always before a game, but hopefully we can win if we play well. I think that's all we need to do. Just play our normal game, play as we know we can, and I think we win the game. I really genuinely do. I don't see any problem with this. All I see a problem with is if we don't turn up. We come out with the wrong attitude, which I don't think Eddie will let the players do that, even though we've seen that in previous games recently where we haven't really started the first half very well. However, I am expecting us to play our normal game and just grind Leeds down eventually and win by a few goals. Stu says we've got Bruno in the middle. Absolutely, we have. Keith says Sam just said that he'd be happy with a point today to stop their losing streak, so I can see them sitting on the ball and killing the game. I don't understand how he'd be happy with a point. There's not enough games left for Leeds to survive. You know, if I was a Leeds fan, I'd be very worried about that comment. I really would, because I think, you know, if I was a Leeds fan, I'd want them to go out and try and get 3 points, because for me, you know, taking a point is a massive gamble. I mean, a point for us, not really good enough either, I wouldn't have thought, but especially playing Leeds. We've got to try and get 3 points out the game. But that's up to us to grind them down, Keith. You know what I mean? If they come out and are happy to sit on the ball, then we've got to play our game and get round that. We've got to negotiate that somehow. You know, we've got to expect that in future years. If we're going to be one of these top teams, then we're going to have teams playing us who will try and stifle the game. And Leeds will try and do that today. No doubt about that. But I can't see the Leeds fans being happy with Sam saying he'd take a point, because they need 3. Tom, good afternoon. He is here. Heath says, hello, Paul. Going 3-1 to the Toon. Good man. James, good morning to you. Northeast Pyro says, Champions League football, and I'm setting my big fireworks off. I'll upload video. Champion. Awesome stuff. Wilson needs to turn up today, says Jay Devlin. Absolutely, I agree. He didn't turn up against Arsenal. He was very stifled of any service. I have to say that. You know, it didn't happen. We didn't get balls into the box for him, and he didn't really have a lot to feed off. We did have chances in the game, absolutely, but I think Callum will know that he didn't play too well, and he needs to be better. So again, that's what we'll hopefully see when the game kicks off in a couple of minutes' time. Gary says, I really hope Liverpool Club doesn't get Champions League football. Well, for me, I mean, you know, the talk about Newcastle being worried. There's a point between Man United and Liverpool. I think it's them two that are fighting. If we win today, okay, I think it's between Liverpool and Man United for 4th. because I think we will get third. If we win today, I think we'll beat Brighton at home. I know Brighton are having a fabulous season, but I do think we'll beat them. I think we'll beat Leicester at home. No doubt in my mind. And Chelsea, well, I mean, make of that what you will. Chelsea, you just had a horrible season. But on the final day, I hope we're already qualified, and we can go to Chelsea. The pressure's off. The pressure will be off Chelsea as well, let's be honest, and just go and have a good game of football. Good tidings from Bristol. Great to see HQ. The last watch-along was dial-up modem. Oh, dear. Lee says, we just need to win today and get back on track after the Arsenal game. All 3 points to the Toon. Libertino Radio, hello to you. Paul says, our defenders are desperate for a clean sheet. Hope we get it today. Yeah, they thrive on them. They absolutely thrive on them. It's what the game's all about for them. So let's just keep fingers crossed, guys. Libertino Radio says, come on then, lads. Loads of bookings and goals today. 4-1 Newcastle. Looks like they're going for it with 2 up front. Yeah, but they've got 5 at the back, Paul. And as we, a couple of commenters have just said, Sam will be happy with a point. And if Sam's happy with a point, you kind of know the game that's probably going to be set up for Leeds. William is unbelievably nervous for this game. 4-goal difference, though, would mean only 71 points needed. I think we win today with there, guys. I really do. I think the 2 home games we've got coming up, very, very winnable. And, of course, Chelsea away. I think we can beat them as well. They're all over the shop at the minute. Leeds to go all the way and get clobbered. Hopefully you're right, Jan. People need to be more positive. I know it's hard coming from Ashley Days, but our team is actually good when they play well. Yeah, it is. It's brilliant. Their defense has more holes than a hedgehog's pillow. That's why I think we can get at them. I really do think we can get at them today. I'm very, very excited to see us do that. Anyway, we are ready for kickoff. I didn't realize what time it was there. Bloody hell. Let me just sort this screen out. And we will get into... And knock the sound off. As Big Sam has just come out of the tunnel, ready to... he's giving the Leeds fans a big clap. And considering how much the Leeds fans were against Sam Allardyce, he's getting quite an ovation at Elland Road today. So make of that what you will. And now just an embrace between Eddie Howe and Sam Allardyce. And there's big JT, Jason Tyndall, who, of course, has took a lot of shit in the... I mean, he'll have laughed it off, don't get me wrong. He'll have completely laughed it off. But this match is almost ready to go. Newcastle are in their huddle right now. Remember, if you're ahead of me, guys, and you're going to kick off, just pause your TV until I say, let's go, we're underway, and then you can be level with me for the whole of the commentary. Yeah, Ricky says Tyler Adams is out, which is good. Yes, it is. Tyler Adams, a very, very, very good player. But this is huge for Newcastle United, guys. We can't stipulate that enough. It is absolutely huge, this game. And I just hope we can go and absolutely belt them. But the start is going to be very interesting. It's a very, very packed Elland Road. The sun is shining. It's perfect conditions for football. It really is. And we're almost ready to go. Leeds will kick us off. Referee checking both ends, and we are underway at Elland Road. Here we go, guys, and Leeds immediately pumping the ball up the field, and Joe Linton wins the header, and it falls immediately to Miggy Almiron, who tries to bring the ball up over the halfway line. Bruno now for Newcastle United knocks it back to Fabian Schär. Schär will go across to Botman. He's got Byrne in support on the left-hand side. Byrne now with a bit of space, being chased down very quickly. Gets it to Bruno, taken out very late. Joe Linton loses the ball, but we win a free kick for the tackle on Dan Byrne. The referee tried to play advantage, but that was it. Nice of the Leeds winger there to go and shake the hand of Dan Byrne and apologise for that challenge. Joe Linton, long ball across to Trippier just over the halfway line. Trippier trying to roll it into Wilson. Callum tried to turn and didn't quite work. Now Miggy Almiron for Newcastle. He's got 3 Leeds players all over him. Leeds are chasing the ball down very quickly here. And Joe Linton caught late again, this time by Patrick Bamford. And a free kick for Newcastle just over the halfway line. He tried to play it out to the left-hand side there, Joe Linton, and was caught late by Patrick Bamford. And, well, it's going to be Trippier to take this free kick, and he sends Fabian Schär forward. But the take it short to Dan Byrne. Burn cuts back, goes to to Sven Botman, sorry. Into Joe Linton now. Joe Linton to Dan Burn. Nice bit of play by Newcastle early doors. They're getting a feel for the ball. They're knocking it around quite well. Joe Linton again now. Knocks it all the way back to Sven Botman. Botman with a lot of time here. He's got Bamford in between them. Botman decides to bring the ball out, just roll it into Joe Linton. Joe Linton has Dan Burn. Burn takes a touch and then is quickly closed down, and Newcastle win a free kick. Robin Koch very quickly in there. And Leeds are doing that very early doors. It is very plain to see Leeds are trying to stifle Newcastle, shut them down very quickly and not give them any time on the ball. As Isak just tries a little back heel there to Wilson. Didn't quite come off, but he's all over the Leeds defender, and he has to go back to Robles in goal, and he knocks it long. Burn is underneath this one. Burn doesn't win the header, though, but Cher comes in and wins that one. Good control by Joe Willock. And it bounces now for Callum Wilson. Wilson's got Isak on the left. Here comes Isak now. He plays a little ball into Miggy. Miggy looks for Isak back again. The ball bouncing around. Leeds at 6s and 7s. Joe Linton plays it to the right-hand side. Swung in by Trippier. Can't quite get a header on it for Newcastle. Leeds, terrible clearance again. It comes to Joe Linton, and he fires quite high over the crossbar. But again, very positive from Newcastle. And just again, what we were saying in the chat there about Leeds defending, it is all over the shop early doors. Luke Elan won a good header there, but the clearance was awful. Just came straight to Joe Linton, and it wasn't the best of hits from Big Joe. But Greenwood there, terrible clearance. And this is what we need. This is exactly the start that we need, and go at them. Because I think balls into the box are going to be very, very important in this game. Because Leeds, I think it was Billy that mentioned that Leeds are terrible at the back. They leak goals, and it's clear to see there why. But anyway, that flew over the bar. No spoilers, guys, as usual. If there is any spoilers in, I'm disappointed because it's all subscribers in the chat. So please do not do the spoilers. Wait till I've commentated. And as soon as I've mentioned it, that's when we can talk about it in the chat. So thanks, guys. And if you do want to subscribe, of course, hit the subscribe button. It is free to do so. Let's see how many subscribers we can get by the end of the watch along today on our journey to 20,000. Trippier pushed over there. The Leeds fans not very happy with that. It's Greenwood again. And Greenwood showing that he's very capable of getting stuck in very early doors here. But I think Trippier did well there. Felt the hand on his back and immediately takes the pressure off us by going down. Of course, Bruno's very good at that at times as well. Fabian Cher with a free kick, rolls it in short to Joe Linton. Back to Fabian Cher. Lots of possession for Newcastle United in these first 5 minutes, which is a good thing, but we haven't really done anything with it yet. We've had a good one good attack, but they are knocking it around quite nicely. Isak taken down, but loses the ball. It was a good tackle on that, but Isak looks bouncy and energetic, and he's just won the ball back there for Newcastle. Willock rolls it into Joe Linton, to Miggy. Miggy to Bruno. Now Joe Linton powers forward. He's got Miggy to his right. This is Almiron. Back to Bruno. I'm not sure where he was going there, but he's managed to hold on to the ball. Nice bit of intricate passing down the right, and nothing comes of it yet, though. And that's going to be a foul by Miggy. No, the referee's allowed play on, and Newcastle win a throw deep in the half. And I'm astounded that wasn't given as a free kick there. It looked like Miggy tripped him. Just seen it again. It was a poor ball by Miggy in the first instance. Well, for me, that's a free kick. I don't know how he's got away with that, Miggy, there, but I'm not bothered. Newcastle have a throw right down deep in the Leeds half now with Captain Trippier going to take it to Joe Linton. Joe Linton, bit of a funny ball back to Trippier there. It wasn't great. And Leeds... Well, Newcastle win a throw-in. Is it Newcastle or Leeds? I think it's Leeds throw-in. And that will just take the pressure off them a little bit because they do look very nervous at the back, guys, Leeds United right now. Extremely nervous. And hopefully that will play into our hands as this match goes on. Long throw from Leeds. Joe Linton gets his head to it. Cher comes across and clears. Bouncing around. Miggy gets a head on it. Again, long ball from Leeds, as we expect this to be. Headed on nicely by Newcastle. Cleared again. Long ball from Leeds again, but this time they get the ball down and they'll want to play around a little bit here. Trippier's all over him, but good play down the left-hand side from Leeds here. Deep into Newcastle's half. Bamford swims across it. It's a header, and it's a wonderful save by Nick Pope. But then the rebound is put in by Luke Ayling, and Leeds United have the first goal of the game. Smash me in the face with a cricket bat. It is 1-0 to Leeds in the first 10 minutes of this game, and that is not how we should start the game. Awful. I mean, Nick Pope made a fabulous save, but where is anybody tracking Luke Ayling coming in at the back post? I mean, I think Dan Burn fell asleep. We're seeing the goal again. Bamford does really well down the left-hand side. Combining nicely. There's no tackle comes in. Bamford is allowed the ball. He cuts back onto his right foot. He swings the ball in. It's a brilliant header initially. There's no offside. It's a great save, but I'm not sure where the defenders were there. Isak was coming back. It's a wonderful save by Nick Pope. But Luke Ayling says, thank you very much. And we'll stick that in the back of the net. And Leeds United have the lead. Wow. Not the start we wanted. Really not the start we wanted, because that will just fire Leeds United up. Wow. Wow. So, Leeds United's, well, their confidence will be flowing now. There's no doubt about it. As Newcastle have a free kick. No, they don't. Almiron went down. Nothing given from the referee. I don't know how the hell that's not a free kick, by the way. I mean, this linesman's having a shocker. But what a start for Leeds. What a start for Leeds United. Not a great one for the Toon. I have to say, though, you know, the first 5-6 minutes, we were passing the ball around really well. No threat at all. And then Leeds' first attack of the game and the score. Poor defending. I'm not sure where the hell Dan Burn got sucked into the middle. I mean, we've got Sharon Botman in the middle. I don't know why Dan Burn had to come across like that, to be honest. I'd have to see the goal again, but for me, poor defending. However, let's be honest, there's still a long, long way to go in this game. Leeds United have had many leads this season and thrown them away. We just need to settle back down again and get back into this. Hey, dear. First attack of the game is what really hurts. But again, guys, the cross came in down our right. We've seen, you know, it's come so many times. We're conceding down that side at the moment. Now, Willock is in a good bit of space for Newcastle United to bring this over the halfway line. Willock, he's got Isak in support, and Willock is taken out, and the referee does blow his whistle this time. Willock holds his knee. It's a foul by Rodrigo. I know it was Robin Koch eventually that came across, and I think the referee has sort of pointed to both Rodrigo and Robin Koch, saying, you know, away, both of you knocked him over there. Paul C. Pope should be pushing that way. He was at full strength, but stretch Paul. Very, very difficult to push that away because he was having to try and scoop that out from going in. It was more of a scoop save than being able to push it away. But this is, well, we all know this free kick position. This is exactly where Shelvey scored from last season. So let's see. It's Trippier's first set piece that he can really put one into the box here. And let's see if we can make this see what he comes up with. Oh, that's awful. He's gone for a lob. He's gone to pass it, and he's just passed it straight to a Leeds player. It's awful from Newcastle again from a set piece that they should be doing much better with. Now Isak has won it back, though, and brings it forward. Good tackle by Ayling on the right-hand side. That was terrible. What on earth was Trippier thinking? Again, another set piece goes to waste. You know, we put all the big guys in the middle, and he goes for a short one and passes it straight to a Leeds player. It's not good enough, guys. They're just not good enough. The size advantage we have over other teams, and we can't even play a ball into the box. Anyway, here's Wilson in the box now. Holds off the Leeds player, tries a left-footed shot, and Robles picks the ball up quite comfortably there. Good turn that by Callum Wilson. Good strength. Fires it. I'm not sure whether he was initially going for goal or whether he wanted to fire that across, but it didn't happen. Leeds win. Miggy creates a foul and a free kick to Leeds just before the halfway line. It's definitely squeaky arse time. I mean, obviously the lads will be nervous, so let's not forget that. You know, there's a lot at stake here. But there's a lot at stake for Leeds United as well. You know, relegation. I mean, as it stands, Leeds United would go now to 16th in the Premier League, and Everton would be the ones dropping back into the relegation zone. But I'm only thinking of Newcastle here. We want the 3 points. We want Champions League football. Long ball from Botman. Isak, great little header down to Wilson. Good header that by Bruno coming back there, but Byrne loses the ball. Bamford. Byrne all over him, wins it back really well there. Now Joe Willock. Willock's got his second. Willock again caught very late by Bamford. And there's a lot of late tackles going in here on Newcastle players. And this referee needs to get a grip of himself. It's massively late. It's a terrible tackle by Bamford. No card shown again by the referee. And there you go. Now, Trippier to Joe Linton. Joe Linton rolls one into Wilson. Again, stands up, wins a free kick. Again, that's good play from Wilson because he's strong and holds the ball up and makes the Leeds defenders have to come in from behind and knock him off the ball. And he just takes it, he controls it, and then he's knocked off the ball. It's brilliant from Wilson, that. That's what we want to see. Now it's another free kick from Newcastle, this time about 40 yards out. So let's see what Trippier does with this one. Paul says, I have to say, I'm not a fan of dropping informed players like Murphy. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't have changed it today. There was rumours, of course, earlier on at the back end of the week that we were going to change it, and that seems to have happened. I don't know. Murphy, for me, has been good. Anyway, Trippier's free kick again, this time towards the back, but it's headed away yet again. It doesn't find a Newcastle United head. Miggy comes back and wins the throw for Newcastle. That's better. Takes it quickly. And it comes to Bruno now. Bruno, head up. He's got Trippier on the right-hand side. Floats it across. Slightly behind him, which means Trippier has to come back a little bit. But he's got Fabian Schär in support. Schär now just taking his time, looking for that pass. Decides just to go short to Sven Botman. Botman brings it over the halfway line. Knocks it back to Fabian Schär. A bit more space now for Schär. He's got Trippier outside of him. And he uses the captain. Trippier now. He's got Bruno making a run. Trippier then plays it inside. It's bad control for Wilson, although the pass wasn't great. And Leeds managed to clear the ball. Back in again. Great control that by Miggy Almiron. Finds Isak. Isak's got Willock to the left. This is better from Newcastle. Willock plays it in short to Miggy. And he hits one. And is it a corner? I believe it is. Robble's got a hand to it. I mean, I don't think there's any threat of it going in. I think the goalkeeper just put his hands up to block it, but that's better from Newcastle. Good run into the box by Miggy. Yeah, that's a corner all day long. Well, has he given a corner? I don't think he's actually given the corner, guys. They're too busy focusing on Fat Sam. Get back to the game, man! Yeah, he's giving a goal kick. There you go. Shit the bed. Honestly, it's all about Big Sam, isn't it? Let's put all the cameras on him rather than watching the bloody football game, for Christ's sake. As this time, Bruno goes down court late. Referee doesn't give anything. As we're just looking at the Leeds United goal again. It's terrible defending, I have to say. There's 5 Newcastle players there. How is he being able to get around there and then get a cross in? Nick Pope makes a good save and Aylan just smashes it home. But what I want to know is, why is Botman and Schär there? Why is Burns so far over, almost on top of Sven Botman? That should not happen, guys. And that, of course, allowed Luke Aylan just to come in on his own and say, right, I'm just going to put this in the back of the net. And again, another foul, this time from Jack Harrison on Fabian Schär. Schär just let Harrison, again, just block him off. And it's a clear push by Jack Harrison. But we've had 16 minutes of this game. Leeds United leading by 1-0, scored by Luke Ayling. And Newcastle shooting themselves in the foot again. Long ball this time by Fabian Schär, looking for Isak. Wilson gets a flick onto Isak. Isak in the box now, right to the byline. Cuts back onto his right foot. It's Alexander Isak. Floats one to the back post, and Robles is there. I think Isak was actually in two minds whether to bend one in the top corner there or try and cross for Callum Wilson at the back post. But it didn't result in anything, really. It just sort of, Robles came out, grabbed the ball and said, thank you very much. It's not the greatest kick from Robles. It hasn't even cleared the halfway line, that. Willock's got a head injury, but he's gone down. But Newcastle play on with Joe Linton. Oh, was he caught there? Referee says no. Play goes on again. Willock is still down. He's now back to his feet, but Leeds breaking down the right-hand side with Rodrigo now. He's going against Dan Burn. Good covering by Dan Burn. That couldn't get the cross in. He is Ayling for Leeds, and he wins the throw-in. Well, I'll tell you what, Leeds are going to, we can see already that they're in no hurry to take these throw-ins or anything with a goal advantage. And here we go as now they're drying the ball. The sun's bloody shining. It's not even wet. I mean, the ball's been out of play here about 40 seconds. McKennie's going to take the throw in for Leeds. Looks like this one's coming in long. McKennie arches himself. In comes the throw. It's a beautiful throw in, by the way. The ball bouncing around. That's slack from Dan Burn. He switched off. He tried to let the ball run out. And that is very poor from Dan Burn. And then a foul by Willock on McKennie. And that's going to be a free kick to Leeds. What is Dan Burn doing there? He's waiting for the ball to run out of play. Bamford just simply runs behind him and says, well, if you're not going to play the ball, I am. And gets on with it. And now McKennie's won a free kick for Leeds. Piss poor defended by Dan Burn, that. Lazy. Just simple little mistakes in concentration here. Greenwood's going to take the free kick for Leeds. In it comes. And it's cleared well by Bruno. And Newcastle chasing the ball out, trying to force Leeds back. Headed by Wilson, headed back by Leeds. And, I think it was Bamford in an offside. No. Rodrigo, I think, in an offside position. Leaves it. Pope throws it out now to Joe Willock. Willock cuts inside. Just onto the halfway line now. Willock plays a ball through. It's awful. Cleared away from Leeds. He was trying to hit Miggy, and it was never going to reach there. We've got to be better than this, guys. Now, Fabian Schär brings it up towards the halfway line again for Newcastle. Clips the ball to the right to Kieran Trippier. Trippier brings it down. He's got Almiron in support now. It's Bruno. Bruno lays it off to Joe Linton. Joe Linton into Bruno. He's got Dan Burn in support here. Leeds getting everybody behind the ball, as you would well expect. We've got to be better to unlock them. Bruno trying to play a 1-2 with Isak. Doesn't work and runs out for a Leeds United throw-in. Coming up to 20 minutes gone here, and it's not the game that we wanted, guys. It's Leeds 1, Newcastle United 0. Luke Ayling, the goal scorer, and Leeds certainly are taking the time about this. There's no doubt about that. Every time the ball goes out to play, they're just taking the time, which, look, you'd expect. I mean, I'm not going to hammer Leeds for that. We would do the same thing, to be honest. Leeds United need to do all they can to get the points. It's up to us when the ball is in play to make sure that we get round them. Robles goes long again, but Newcastle win the ball back with Joe Linton. He sees the run of Miggy down the right-hand side, but he's held off quite easily there. And Leeds clear. Only as far as Big Joe again. He's lost the ball, though, but Trippier wins it back. Good play from the captain. Beautiful ball across to Willock on the left-hand side. He's got support now from Isak. Isak into the box on the left-hand side. Isak cuts back onto his right foot. This is what we know he can do. And it's cleared from Leeds on the shot. Played back again to Joe Willock. Good pressure this by Newcastle. Floated in by Joe Willock to Miggy at the back post. And it's flicked off Miggy. The Leeds player tried to head it away and it deflects off Miggy and goes for a goal kick. Much better that by Newcastle, though. Really good build-up. But Junior just managed to get his head on that, and of course it hits Miggy and goes out for a goal kick. But Isak's looking dangerous, guys. I have to say that. He's getting the ball. He's cutting in on his right foot. We've seen him do that for Sociedad as well, and that's what I like to see. But there's a foul here. I think Luke Ayling was taken out very late after he cleared the ball. Seen it again. There wasn't really anything in that. I don't know why Ayling's grabbing onto his shin. He didn't even get touched on his shin. Jay Devlin, thank you for your £2 super chat. He says, some real dark arts how Big Sam defends the lead. Yeah. But again, we can't argue. We've got to do better on the ball. Ayling flicks the ball forward. Byrne misses a header completely. Botman manages to clear it. Isak, nice little header, looking for Wilson, but very, very quickly tackled there. And it seems to me when there's flick-ons to Wilson, and Wilson's getting the ball, he's got around 3 Leeds players around him very, very quickly. But to be honest, we're getting the ball, we're playing it around. We just need to create a chance or two. Plenty time to do it yet, though. Plenty time. Here's Dan Byrne for Newcastle United. Plays a long ball forward for Joe Willock. Willock gets it on the left-hand side. He's tackled and wins a throw-in very deep inside Leeds half. This is an opportunity again for the Toon. It's going to be Dan Byrne to take the throw in, and he finds Joe Linton now in a little bit of space. Inside to Bruno, back to Joe. He then puts it back to Fabian Schär, who's inside the centre circle now. Schär sees the run of Miggy on the right-hand side. It's a wonderful ball. Miggy's first ball. That was a good ball in by Almiron there. He tried the first-time ball across the box, and it was well cleared. Oh, Trippier throws it to Miggy, and Miggy kicks it out of play. In fact, it was Trippier, not Miggy, who played the first-time ball across. Miggy's having a bit of a stinker, actually. Good ball by Trippier. Wilson didn't quite read it quick enough there. Could have maybe got in front, but good defending from Leeds, which hasn't been said very often this season, let's be honest. Long ball again, played by Leeds. Guys, please do hit that like button if you're enjoying today's stream. And of course, if you like what you see, please do subscribe. It's free to do so. And of course, the notification bell, which will let you know when we go live or upload. And you can donate to the Toon Review if you do wish by hitting that $sign at the bottom of the live comments. Thank you very much for that in advance. We've got Dan Byrne now bringing it out from left back for Newcastle United. Plays it back to Joe Linton. And Joe brings the ball forward now over the halfway line, looking for the runs. Plays it across to Bruno. Bruno plays it down the line for Miggy, but he's overhit that one again. And it goes out for another throw into Leeds. Newcastle seeing plenty of the ball here. There's no doubt about that we are having much more of the possession, but we're not doing anything with it right now. We've got to do more with the ball. Bruno carrying on form from last week. Yeah, he's not been brilliant. Miggy being the highlight so far, says Jay Devlin. I'm not sure about that. I said 3-1 to the Toon. I'm still sticking to it, says Paul. Yeah, why not? Why not? Gordon should be starting before Miggy today. Well, I don't think Murphy should have been dropped, quite honestly, but they are. And I never thought I'd say that at the start of the season. But Leeds coming forward now. Ball played in. Good defending by Dan Byrne. Came across there. Botman. Pope's totally sliced across. Byrne gets there with his head, and now he's got more defending to do. Cuts inside and then plays the ball up the line. In fact, oh, God almighty. Wow. Peter says, hi, Paul, we need to score ASAP to kick on and win. I mean, there's plenty of time left, Peter. I wouldn't panic just yet, but I mean, Leeds are taking all the time in the world with these throw-ins, and we can't blame them. It's just we should have done a lot more with this ball in the first 25 minutes than what we have. I think if we get at them, we can score plenty goals today, but I don't know. Played into the box, headed away by Kieran Trippier now. Trippier hesitant to dive in there and make a tackle. Leeds again looking to swing this ball into the box. Oh, how has he got through there? That's terrible defending again from Newcastle. That could be a penalty, and it is a penalty. It's very, very reckless from Joe Linton, and he's smiling, but it is, for me, that's a definite penalty. That is god-awful defending again from Newcastle United. I mean, VAR will look at it, but to be honest, Jesus Christ, that is awful defense. What are we doing? Miggy's just putting his hands up. That's a penalty all day long. There is no doubt about it. It is terrible from Joe Linton. It's reckless, and Junior is, I mean, that's as guaranteed a penalty as you're ever going to see. There's nothing for VAR to look at here. It's awful defending again. Newcastle can have no complaints at all. It was reckless. He shouldn't have been able to get through 3 players on the bloody left wing anyway. Patrick Bamford is going to take it. No spoilers, please, or you're out. Bamford for Leeds. Massive penalty for Patrick Bamford, this. And a massive penalty in Leeds United season. Here he comes, left-footed. And Nick Pope saves it! Oh, brilliant from Popey boy! Diving to his right, and he has saved the penalty, and he's got Joe Linton off big style. Poor penalty from Bamford. It was a good height for Nick Pope. I thought it was going to bounce out to Bamford, but Pope managed to recover and punch it away for a corner. And Newcastle United survive. That could be massive in this game. It could be absolutely huge. Corner for Leeds comes across. Pope clears it away, rolled into the box. Now, can Newcastle get a breakaway here? No, McKennie is there, but only as far as Bruno. Bruno caught very late there. And a free kick to Newcastle. No, it's a throw-in. Bruno did dive there. I was very surprised the referee did. Where have we thrown that? What's going on here? Something going on between Bamford. But now we see Nick Pope's penalty save again. He guessed right. Bamford didn't put it anywhere near the corner. And it was a good save by Pope, a really good height. What a save that may be. I mean, Bamford, let's face it, he's not playing with a lot of confidence lately, is the Leeds number 9. And that's sort of told there in that penalty. But Christ, let's talk about the defending. Absolutely rotten. I mean, what has happened to our defence, guys? I mean, especially the right-hand side. I don't understand what is going on the right-hand side of our play at the moment. It's god-awful. We have got to be better than this shit. Honestly, we have got to be better. I mean, we're fortunate. Now, have we got a penalty at the other end here with Isak? That is the question. That's got to be a penalty. That is a stonewall as a penalty, as you're going to see again. Isak first to the ball. That's a penalty. Newcastle United could be back in the game here. Come on. That's as clear penalty as you're ever going to see in your life. And we have a chance now to level the game. Yeah, I lost my stream for a couple of seconds, guys. It went off, and then I put it back on, and we've got a penalty. Now, the cameras at the moment are panning on... yeah, I did lose my feed, guys, but I'm back. Callum Wilson is going to take the penalty. It is definitely a penalty, and this is why football is so incredible. Bamford at one end misses, could put Leeds 2-0 up. We are in an opportunity now to level the game up literally a couple of minutes later with our number 9. Thanks, James, for no spoilers, please. None at all. Wilson steps up and scores! 1-1! And Newcastle United have got out of jail very, very quickly after Bamford's penalty miss. That is how you put the penalty in the corner of the net. And it's 1-1 at Elland Road. And we have got out of jail there, big style. Some of the Leeds fans have their heads in their hands. You have to say it's very unfortunate for Leeds, but what a brilliant penalty from Callum. You're not saving that. Right in the bottom right-hand corner as the camera just shows Bamford looking on, thinking, that's how I should have took that penalty. High five between Howe and Tyndall. And now we are level. We are level. And we've got away with it. Play is underway again. Newcastle have equalised in the 30th minute. It is 1-1. Now, come on. Get your heads out your arses. Especially our right-hand side. All Leeds chances have come down this side, down Trippier's side. I mean, the tackles, or the, shall we say, lack of. And Willock just trying to push it through. The ball is still in play. And Wilson, good play. Guys, I'll not ask again. These are subscribers and members in our chat at the moment. Please stop the spoilers. It's ridiculous, man. Grow up. Talk about it when I've commentated on it. You've only got to wait a few seconds, man. Jimmy Jones, thank you very much for your $1.99 super chat. He says, have that hippo head. And Anoy, thank you very much for your fiver. Fiver a goal. Here we go. How are the lads? Indeed, how are the lads? Bamford's got a head injury here. Botman going up for the header with Bamford. George T, thank you for your £5 super chat. Glad your stream stopped. I've nearly caught up with you. Great penalty. Absolutely it was. Here's Bruno for Newcastle. Back to Sven Botman. I mean, you know, guys, if we're going on possession here, Newcastle do deserve to be level. We've dominated the game with possession. Now Miggy out on the right-hand side. He sees the run of Trippier. Trippier then plays the ball across, headed away at the front post. It's going to bounce to Callum Wilson. He's knocked over in the penalty area. Burn with a right foot volley, and that's high and wide. Wow, Dan Burn going for a big one there. But, guys, we're dominating the game. Wilson looks the ball to drop. I mean, he goes down easy for me. McKennie's just trying to get the ball. There's no penalty in that for me. There's going to be another goal kicked to Leeds United. Newcastle, as it stands, are now 3 points again in front of Manchester United and 4 in front of Liverpool. But, of course, those two still have a game in hand. Long ball by Aylan. Curling out to play. Dan Burn just lets that go out. Like I said at the start, guys, all we need to do is just play our normal game. Pass it around as we do, and I think the goals will come. Bruno again messing around with the ball a lot at his back end. Lee Bruce, thank you for you £2 super chat. Yeah, we've tried everything to stop the spoilers, but now even members, if members want to do it, they'll lose their access to the channel. It's as simple as that. We can't have it, man. It's not fair on the people who don't have BT and stuff. Bruno, a poor ball through again, but we win it back with Joe Linton. Now Bruno going hard in. It comes back to Isak. Isak, round about 30-odd yards out, rolls it to Dan Burn. Again, Newcastle, lots of possession here in the first half. Willock inside to Bruno now. Bruno out to Trippier on the right-hand side. Miggy in support. He doesn't use Miggy. Try to slide in Joe Linton. Miggy again, this time to Bruno. Bruno looks for help. Doesn't get any, but Kieran Trippier comes in and we might get a corner out of that. Indeed we do. Trippier fires it off the Leeds defender and goes for a corner. 10 minutes to half-time. It is 1-1 at Elland Road. Aylan give Leeds the lead, and then they go and miss a penalty literally minutes after that. We go up the other end, get a penalty ourselves, brilliantly converted by our number 9, Callum Wilson. And we've got an opportunity now. Leeds, the confidence won't be great. They've had a chance to go 2-0 up. They don't get it. It goes to 1-1. And now we have, we've had the mainstay of possession as well. Referee trying to get Callum Wilson back on the pitch because he's apparently standing in the net. We go short again. This is Almiron. Lovely little back heel to Trippier. Trippier's floated across to the back post. It's headed away. Wilson bursts after that. Does really well to win the ball, but then is knocked off it. Good bit of defending by Junior, and Leeds will win a throw-in. And Rodrigo's going crazy with the referee. How is that not booking for dissent? I mean, Jesus Christ, you know, you're screaming at the referee like that. Why are you not given a booking for dissent? Ridiculous. Never mind. Guys, please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. Help us on our way to 20k. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button, which does also help the channel massively. Willock had a chance there to escape down the left-hand side. Aylin, again, shut down very quickly, but now Leeds break through the middle with Greenwood, trying to clip it down to the right-hand side. Share chested it down, but a slip by Share slipped, played across, headed away by Trippier in, diving fashion. And now Burns head down to Willock. Willock trying to get the Jets going. John Burton, welcome to the Members Club, mate. Nice to see you. Thank you for your support. Willock into the box, but he's knocked it too far. And it comes back to Dan Burn now. Burn inside to Bruno. Bruno, he's got Trippier in support, who then in turn has Miggy on the right-hand side. Miggy in a lot of space, rolls it into Isak now. Isak, they'll know not to jump in on him again. Back to Miggy. Miggy's got Bruno in support. There's that 1-2. It's a beautiful move. Miggy at the byline, and he can't find a cross. And it's a corner to Newcastle. Players screaming in the penalty area for that ball. But that was the 1-2 that Bruno's been looking for. Brilliantly weighted. And Miggy can't get the ball across. And it could so easily have been 2-1. But we are all over Leeds, guys. I mean, I haven't seen any possession figures, but I would assume that... I would assume that this is exactly dominant from Newcastle. In comes the corner to the penalty box. Shea gets a head on it, and it just dips over the bar. Which is actually nice that we got on the end of a corner there, guys. Really nice. We're at 19,379 subscribers, guys. Let's see if we can get it up to 400. 19,400 by half-time would be lovely. So please, guys, if you're new, hit that subscribe button. But Wilson's penalty, we've seen the two penalties. We've seen Bamford's. Wilson's right on the floor, right in the corner. Robles has absolutely no chance. But Leeds trying to get over the top again, down the left-hand side. It's a terrible touch by Bamford, and out for a goal kick. His confidence, I would think, is absolutely shot here. Absolutely shot. Allardyce in conversation with his backroom staff, but he will know Newcastle have had the majority of this possession. Way more majority of possession. But it's still 1-1. And while it's still 1-1, there's still going to be opportunities. Bruno now for Newcastle, setting us away again. Up to Isak, plays a lovely ball across to Kieran Trippier. His touch is way too heavy, though, from the captain. And he's lost the ball. And we managed to win it back with Bruno, but that's going to come back to Robles. Trippier's not been great today. I mean, he's defending. He's been beaten quite a number of times down that side. And his passing ain't been great either. The like button is just underneath the video. The thumbs up button, that is the like button, guys. So if you hit the thumbs up, that means you've liked the stream. Newcastle win it back again. Wilson. Oh, I didn't see... McKennie there behind him, but Wilson's done brilliantly to win it back, but then he's lost it, and Leeds set out with Greenwood now through the middle. Greenwood, and brilliant defending by Miggy coming back there, as he's well known for this season. Bruno again now looks to the left hand side to set Willock away, can't quite get the pace on the ball and the length. Out to the left hand side again now for Leeds. Trying to keep it down on the floor now, Leeds United. But the long ball comes in and Nick Pope gathers it up. Pope then rolls it out to Bruno again, starting another attack. He's at walking pace, Bruno, at the moment. I don't think he looks 100% fit at all. I really don't. Here's Joe Linton, back to Fabian Schär. Newcastle just slowing the player right down here. But we know what they're like for doing that. They'll slow the player right down, then suddenly they'll burst into life and create opportunities. Dan Burn now for Newcastle. Into Joe Linton. Great play from Joe. And then he seeks a run of Joe Willock. But across comes, I think it's, Cleared away by the Leeds centre-back there. So it's going to be another throw into Newcastle. Dan Burn wanted to take it, but Willock just lays it out to Joe Linton, to Botman. Botman across to Cher, who's in a lot of space. Coming into the Leeds half, plays it to the right to Kieran Trippier. Trippier inside now to Bruno. Bruno, he's got Joe Linton in good support. Joe Linton in a bit of space here. Back to Bruno. Bruno whips it out to the right-hand side to Almiron. Almiron on his left foot now. Jinking and weaving around, lays it back to Trippier. Trippier plays it into Bruno. Back to Trippier. To Joe Linton. Good passing this by Newcastle. Joe Linton beats one. Fires it in. It's come to Wilson. Oh, Melliot dives out. And I'm not sure what the referee... He's given the free kick to Newcastle. Very late tackle on Joe Linton. But my God, I think good refereeing actually there, because he waited to see if Callum Wilson would get in there. Joe Linton stabs it through. Wilson's onside. But once the goalkeeper touched it, he blew for a foul because he tried to play advantage. And, of course, had Wilson got to that ball first, it would have been advantage. But the keeper was off his line like a shot. And we have another good opportunity here from the free kick. Pretty much dominating this game. We are dominating it. Yeah, it wasn't Mellier. It was Rob Les, of course. Trippier's going to take the free kick for Newcastle United. This will be a great time to grab a goal just before half-time. In comes the free kick. It's, again, over everybody. I mean, come on. You know, we've got everybody in that box there, and the free kick is played over everybody. That is not a good... I mean, again... Set pieces have been absolutely bollocks in this game. Put somebody else on them. Mix it up a bit, for Christ's sake. Honestly, it is so frustrating. This Leeds United defence is to take apart. Absolutely to rip apart. And we've got to make better from free kicks. Joe Linton with a header now. Wilson gives chase. That's good defending. Managed to hold him off, turn and clear the ball for Leeds. And again, it's over the top. And Bamford's onto it now. Bamford with Fabian Cher. Bamford, good ball. This is a big chance for Leeds. Shot is blocked. No, it's not. It's just a horrible shot. And it goes out for a goal kick. He should have done better there because Bamford, for once, did really well. Kevin Buey, thanks for your £2 super chat. He says, I still think 3-1 with Big Sven getting the winner. I mean, that was an opportunity for Leeds. He's in acres of spit. Where is Dan Burn going? I'm worried about where he goes. I really do. But I haven't been that impressed with our fullbacks today, guys. I've got to be honest. And Trippier's crossing is horrible. Richard Burton, thank you for your €2 super chat. Very much appreciated, my friend. I mean, we've dominated this game. We've dominated the first half. Yet we find ourselves 1-1. That's a lovely ball by Bruno into Joe Linton. We have opportunities to the left here. One of them is Willock. Willock, bad touch, but he's still got it. Willock turns onto his right foot, looking for an overlap from Byrne, which isn't there. Willock goes down, just pushed off the ball. It's a good tackle. Willock's gone down injured, and Leeds clear the ball. I'm not sure what happened with Joe Willock there, but it wasn't, for me, I don't think it was a penalty. Aylan comes across. But we get on with the game quickly. Trippier fires one into Callum Wilson. Wilson still got it. He's still battling Callum Wilson. It's pinging around like a ping pong ball out there. Long ball towards Botman. Botman can't get there, but he does enough to hold the Leeds player off. That's brilliant defending from Sven Botman. And now down the right-hand side is Miggy. Miggy cuts back to Kieran Trippier. 2 minutes of injury time at the end of this first half. Bruno cuts across the field. Dan Burn screaming for the ball on the left. Burn down to Joe Willock now. Willock inside to Bruno. Bruno, little bit of a miscontrol, but he's got it back. Inside to Joe Linton now. Very slow pace the game at the minute. Into Isak. He will certainly pick the pace up. Isak, brilliant skill from him. He's still got it. He's just hanging on to it. It like sticks like glue to him. We need him on the ball all the time. Good ball by Trippier out to Miggy on the left, but of course he's not going to cross it. It's inside to Kieran Trippier. Trippier. Bruno in a lot of space to Isak. Isak now jinking and dribbling. Joe Linton, Miggy in a good position here. Tries to curl one and it's just wide. Just wide of the post from Miggy. But again, Isak causing so many problems for Leeds United. It was a good attempt from Almiron, but just the wrong side of the post. Keeper was beaten as well. It was a good hit. Now Luke Ayling is kicking off with the referee again. I'm not sure what's going on here. Willock isn't very happy. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on. Ayling's complaining of something. And now the referee has a word with him. But again, it's one of these referees who seems to be like not having much authority on the game, which is very bizarre. But it remains 1-1. And I think after this goal kick, the referee might blow for half-time because the 2 minutes are up. Newcastle can get back in the dressing room, regroup again and go again. But I think they've been by far the better team in this first half. I mean, by a million miles. Trippier just lets that roll out of play. And the referee blows for half-time. That is it for the first half. And it is Leeds United 1, Newcastle United 1. In a very, very interesting first half, I have to say. But it is 1-1. Geordie Boy, thank you for your £2 super chat. Great passionate commentary, Paul. Thank you very much, buddy. As the players go off now to regroup, and we bring in Mr. Trey. Billy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Strange first half, to say the least, mate.
Yeah, I think we can understand now why Mr. Allardyce wasn't criticising us for time wasting tactics, given his side has done it since minute one.
Yeah,
Throwing take 30 seconds usually, 2 minutes on there for them. It's not been a great first half, end parts, but I think the best thing that happened to us was the penalty save. And after that, we've been really good.
I mean, it was an awful penalty, wasn't it, from Bamford? You have to say, really awful. But you know, Nick Pope has to do what he does, and it was a brilliant save. But you know, we go up the other end, Billy, and score. And to be honest, my stream jammed, and then I put it back on, and then we've got a penalty. I mean, clear as day penalty. Both of them nailed on penalties, weren't they?
Yeah, 100%. It was a poor tackle from Joe Linton and a really poor tackle from Verba. Don't know what he's doing. No need to make it. They tried to claim there was a foul on Furbo. He fell over his own feet. Both blatant Stonewall penalties. Yeah, absolutely. Difference was
Wilson's penalty was quality.
Away. Yeah, yes, it was.
Yeah, right in the corner, Billy, as well, on the ground. You know, he didn't lash it in this time. He just placed it on the ground. Very, very difficult for a goalkeeper to reach because it's right pinned in the corner. It was interesting when you saw the replay. You know, it was positioned as in Bamford just watching Wilson take the penalty. He said, "Why didn't I do that?"
Yeah, I mean, Bamford apart from that, been pretty good. He's put himself about. He's put people under pressure. He was the catalyst to their goal. He was criticised on here the other day, but yeah, he's been pretty good the first half apart from that penalty.
Bruno's starting to get into the game, Billy. The latter stages of the first half, he was quite anonymous early doors. But he's coming into the game now, dictating play like we know Bruno can, because we're having a lot more of the ball this time. Yeah,
and since he has come into the game, I mean, some of the touches he's produced have been fantastic. One-touch balls. He's had a really good first half since the penalty, really. They kind of played him out of the game first bit, but since the penalty, been outstanding. And there's been a few like that. Joe Linton's been the same. I do worry about us defensively, I have to say.
Yeah, the two fullbacks, Billy. I mean, Leeds' biggest opportunity have come down our right-hand side. The penalty I was foaming about, because he should not have been able to make that run anyway. You know, given where he was, our players just putting their hands up saying, "Oh, we can't make a tackle" and all of this. And then the goal itself again. I mean, 3 Newcastle players around, then he plays it through to Bamford. Bamford's allowed to turn and cross.
Yeah.
And where the hell is Dan Burn? Why does Dan Burn get sucked in like that and leaves Ayling alone?
Well, there's a reason for that. I'm afraid it's Mr. Botman, ball watching, not marking anybody, marking fresh air, just totally inactive to the play in his own 6-yard box.
Yeah.
From Sven Botman's point of view, he's the one to blame for that goal. The cross shouldn't have come in. Dan Burns between the devil and the deep blue sea. He can see Botman doing nothing. He's gone to try and cover him, didn't get there, and then he's left Taylor on his own. So I'm afraid Mr. Botman's the one to blame for that goal. Keep your eye on it. Watch it again.
I mean, Clarkie's saying, and actually some people in the chat are saying Nick Pope should have done better with the header by pushing it wider, but he was at full strength, stretch, Billy, and he was kind of that much at full stretch. He's trying to scoop the ball out before it goes in. So it's very difficult for a goalkeeper to try and push it away in that circumstance.
Yeah, it's a powerful header. Just to get his hand on it at all was remarkable, to be honest. It's a bit bad to be blaming Pope for that. Yeah, he did remarkably to get to it, and I think Pope had a really good first half, to be honest.
Richard Burton, thank you for another €2. Very kind of you, my friend. Thank you. Isak's been brilliant for me, Billy. He's looked alert. He's looked alive. He's moving across from left to right to middle. They don't know where he's going to go. He's getting the ball on the left. He's cutting in, creating opportunities on his right foot. I thought Wilson's been good as well. He's very strong on the ball today, much better than he was against the Arsenal. And he's causing them problems as well by using his strength, which is what he's all about. Miggy's Miggy. He's been there, but hasn't been there. I mean, what do you make of that?
He's flat out to deceive, hasn't he? He's done some really good stuff, and he's done some pretty ordinary stuff. But I'd prefer to have someone go at Firpo. I think Firpo's the weak link in their defence. Even Miggy's been going past him, to be honest.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind to see Murphy. I wouldn't mind to see either Murphy or Gordon. It would be good stuff for me.
The problem is Miggy's getting past him, and then won't cross on his right foot. He's turning back, which instantly makes Firpo get back in position and think, well, you've gone round us, but you haven't done anything with it. But of course, we've seen that number of times. It's crazy. Martin, please. I know some people have put spoilers in. We've had a word with them. Just leave it, mate. Just enjoy the commentary. Don't watch the chat. Just listen. Just chill. Simon says it was Cher's fault for their goal, and Dan Burn had to drop in and mark. Then Isak didn't mark Aylin. Well, no, because it was Botman's side he was coming to mark. Because
I think it was Cher's the only one who you can't blame for that goal. Actually, weirdly enough.
Yeah. Look, it shouldn't have happened anyway. It should not have happened. Another super chat from Alexander. He's given us 500 RSD. What's RSD, Billy?
Not a clue.
Anyway, thank you very much. Wilson was very poor, in my opinion. It seems that Eddie Howe made some formation change since Isak was playing behind Wilson in the last 20 minutes and was much more involved in the game. I'm not sure Wilson's been very poor. I think he's held the ball up really well.
I think he has. I think he's been okay. But there has been a tactical change, without a doubt. Willock's on more left now, hasn't he? And Isak's gone more in field. I think he's right in what he says there. But to say Wilson's been poor, I'm not sure about that.
I mean, Wilson's link-up play with Isak has been pretty good, I've thought. I mean, look, second half we've got options, haven't we? Because we've got ASM on the bench as well. We've got Gordon, we've got Murphy, we've got players who can impact the game, Billy. Yeah,
I think we can definitely, getting that goal back at a crucial time after we could have been 2 down. I think that's the important thing. I think we can definitely take advantage, and they're weak at the back also, aren't they? So I think we can win this game now.
Absolutely. Guys, we're on 19,392 subscribers. Let's see if we can get to 19,400 by the time the second half kicks off. That would be really good. On our journey to 20k, guys, come and be part of this fantastic community we have here on the Toon Review. And don't forget to hit that like button as well, which is the thumbs up button just underneath the video itself, because that really does help the channel in search results, etc. And Toonami says, great show, Paul, again. Thank you. We need to work harder on our set plays. We need to change the taker. Sorry, Alex, we are terrible at them for having such tall players. We don't get enough goals from them. I mean, Billy, I'll 100% agree with that. Our free kicks have been crap today. One towards the end of the first half there, we had all our players in the penalty area, and Trippier clears a lot of them. That's not down to players. They're in the positions that obviously they're going for in training, and then to float the free kick over everybody. It's got to be annoying.
There was one earlier where he tried to play it in behind the defence, and Housen just took his foot out and sent
it straight to the Leeds player, didn't he? It was awful.
Corners have been okay. I think the corners have been okay. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
with you. I think
a bit better.
Been really
bit
good.
better. Yeah,
but the free kicks, not so good.
I mean, there was a corner in the first half that Fabian Schär headed over, and to be honest, I think he should have done a lot better. It sort of bounced off his head and just sort of looped over the bar. But I really think he should have done better from that situation. And Schär's done that a couple of times where he doesn't seem to fully believe that he's going to get on the end of it, Billy.
No, and the little short number as well was good, wasn't it? Where they got Mickey in on the left hand side, on the right hand side. It was a good corner. Some innovative ones that we don't usually see, but.
So where is this game going to be won, Bill? Where is it going to be won? Because I think we must have had 80% possession, surely, in that first half. I haven't seen any stats, so I can't see.
No, I just think we've got to be more solid at the back. I think if we don't concede another goal, I think we'll win the game. I think we'll score again. It's whether we can not concede, and that's what Without Longstaff in the team, it's hard. It's Bruno's more. He gets caught more, but as I say, since the penalty has been much better. And let's hope we can continue in that vein. I think we can win this game. Another couple of goals in it for us, I think. But we've got to quieten them down again. We've got to go for all that rigmarole again of getting the fans quiet.
Yeah. Another super chat coming there from Jeremy McLaughlin. 30 Australian dollars. Thank you very much, Jeremy. Early kickoff, great for us here in Oz. Yeah, very early kickoff, which is brilliant for you. Well, no, it's a late. Is it late? They're ahead of us, aren't they, by about 12 hours? So, I mean, it would be a decent time, actually, kick off over there this time. Have a few beers. We've had 68% possession or 69% in that first half. I thought it was a bit more than that, however. However, that's still a lot of possession, Billy. And I think if we have that similar set of possession in the second half, surely we take advantage of that and go on and win the game and win it comfortably.
Yes, we've got to. They are defending quite well, actually, Leeds. But I think the amount of pressure we're going to be putting on them second half, I hope, will be enough for us to get to at least two. I expect to see Wilson come off at some stage. Max will probably come on through and he's moving to the middle. That might be the time it happens.
How long do you think Eddie gives it, Billy, before he changes it up?
15 minutes. 15.
You think 15?
Yeah, it'll be his generic time, 60 minutes to 65. He'll make a change.
I mean, look, a point isn't a disaster today, Billy, is it? It's not a disaster. We have got the better goal difference, etc. But for Leeds, it would be. I mean, we've seen that as it stands. Leeds are now back in the relegation. Out of the relegation zone, and Everton are back in there. So the pressure's all back on Everton. So for Leeds, it wouldn't exactly be a disaster. But I think both teams will want the 3 points, surely. It's
a better point for Leeds than it is for us. That's absolute certainty. If we get 1 point today, we're expecting 3. We're going to have to beat Brighton at home.
Well,
with our midfield, with that Longstaff in it, can we really predict that to be a certainty? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's Newcastle United, to be honest, Billy, and we know exactly. We've said a million times that we hope this is all done and dusted by the time we go to Stamford Bridge. But it's Newcastle, isn't it? And it's always that roller coaster ride. I've said 3 points today, and I pretty much think we've made the Champions League. I do think we'll beat Leicester at home. I do think we'll overcome Brighton. I don't want it to come to the last game of the season because it's Chelsea. Yes, they haven't been great. The pressure's off them a little bit on the last day of the season. They'll just go out and play. And I hope we're able to do that because there'll be no pressure on us.
If it comes to the Chelsea game, we're wanting a result, all of the pressure will be on us. Away from home at Stamford Bridge against a side that want to prove that they're not, the underperforming side they've been all season. Last chance for them to do something good in front of their crowd. Yeah, I don't want it to go in that scenario. I want it to be done way before then, and 3 points today is essential for that.
Well, let's hope it does, because I think what we've got to do is keep Bruno on the ball like we have, Billy. I think he's vital to this, where he plays in that sort of final, just on the tip of that final quarter of the opposition half, where he can pick a pass out. He did that little 1-2 with Miggy again. And if we could do more of that. But we've just got to wake up defensively. Just make sure that they're together as a unit, because they've been so good all season. What I would hate it to be down to those guys that we concede silly goals and don't make the Champions League.
I couldn't agree more. Botman's the past few weeks, he's been getting, he's been making the odd mistake here and there. He's looking more vulnerable than he has all season. We need to win today. Definitely need to win today. Change will come. We've got to be wary of the Leeds defence. They've got a bit of pace on their bench, Ganonto and people like that.
Exactly,
so Somerville's another one who's a good player. Yeah, we've got to be wary,
well.
but yeah, he is. It's a bit high-pitched.
Well, yeah, a bit high-pitched for me. Keith Truscott, thank you for your £5 super chat. He says, I think we can win this down the wing. Get Maxi on as Willock is struggling. Yeah, Joe Willock has been a bit off. Billy hasn't been his normal self today. He's took a few knocks as well.
I think he's trying to. I think he's trying to do it on his own. I think he's got to get into a team, a team kind of mode and start passing the ball a bit because he's trying to beat everyone himself. And he's not got that in him yet. He's got skills and pace, but I'm afraid he's going to have to start behaving as a team and not as an individual because today he has been.
Definitely. Guys, we've hit 19,400 before the start of the second half, so thank you very, very much for that. Let's see how many we can get by the end of the stream, because, as I say, we're on the way to 20,000, and it's up to, well, with all your guys' help, we will get there sooner rather than later. So if you are new to the channel, you like what you see, you want to be part of it, it is free to subscribe. Hit that button, and also the bell, which will let you know when we go live or we upload any more videos, which is practically every day. We're just seeing a replay of the Callum Wilson incident, Billy. McKennie's challenge on Wilson where McKennie just stopped. Do you think it was a penalty?
Well, he's barged in from behind. No contact on the ball.
Interesting.
It's all I'm saying, it's soft, but I'm afraid if you make a contact on a player, bring him down in the box without playing the ball, it's a penalty. Amazing it went to VAR. Actually, I'm not amazed. Now I think about it.
Well, Forshaw has come on for Greenwood at half-time for Leeds. I don't think there's any changes for Newcastle. Billy, we'll see you at the end of the game.
Okay, let's bring the 3 points home.
Take care, buddy. See you soon.
Ta-ra, mate.
So there is Billy's thoughts, and we are underway for the second half at Elland Road. Newcastle kicking from left to right, and let's hope we get into them from the very start and get this game done and dusted. Immediately a long ball for Trippier, looking for Callum Wilson through the middle. Good defending, and Forshaw now picks it up for Leeds. No changes from Newcastle United at half-time. But then again, we don't really expect Eddie to make any changes when we're as dominant as we are. But a few little tweaks might be needed to see this game through. It's a huge 45 minutes for both teams. There's no doubt about that, as Leeds at the moment have the ball. Joe Linton nips in, claims it's a throw-in, and it just goes to Luke Aylan to take that throw-in. Doug, good afternoon from the Dugout channel. Hope you're well, buddy. Yeah, Dan, I'll see you post-match, mate. Enjoy it. Paul, how do you drink your Pepsi? Well, I drink it through a can. How else do you... Cheers. Long ball forward again. Trippier gets his head to this one, but it bounces loose to McKennie. Plays it inside. Good tackle from Bruno. Nice and sharp there. Oh, that's brilliant from Bruno. Gets it to Miggy. Miggy plays a lovely ball into Isak. Isak goes straight down the line for Callum Wilson. That's great football from Newcastle. Wilson is taken out. And again, how many times is Wobber going to get away with this? That's about his 5th tackle of the game. Excellent from Newcastle again. Wilson just skips round him, and it's a dreadful tackle. I mean, how has he not been booked yet? It's incredible. But I tell you what, it'll be incredible. It'll be amazing to see. Just when Newcastle do make a tackle like that with the referee, is he going to keep his cards in his pocket? He's very, very lenient today. I don't think he's had a bad game. Don't get me wrong, but I think he's been very lenient on some of the tackles that we've seen go in. Anyway, free kick again, and Trippier's over this one again. So we haven't changed any of the set-piece taking and stuff. It's going to be Trippier to cross this. Here it comes. And it's straight to Melia, but Robles, he makes a right hash of that, and then the ball just drops out of the air, hits Joe Linton, and goes for a goal kick. Again, the free kick way too close to the goalkeeper. I mean, Wilson put him off a little bit there by jumping for the ball, but sorry, it was Cher put him off a little bit. He goes to punch it. It's not the greatest punch from a goalkeeper I've ever seen. Well, there you go. Again, nothing comes from the set piece. As Leeds try and play a cool, calm game, getting out from the back. I'm not sure what Dan Burn was doing there, but a bit of a fluff up. Gets back to win the tackle. Newcastle wanted the throw, but Leeds get it on quickly with Forshaw. And Byrne comes back. Sorry, Botman clears the ball. He's quite annoyed with... I'm not sure who he's annoyed with, whether he's shouting at Dan Byrne or the linesman there. But this is a good opportunity for Leeds to get a throw in. Again, taking forever. Drying the ball. Now, the ball is not wet because the sun is beaten down and it's been beaten down all day. There's not a drop of water on that football. Unbelievable. McKennie's throw, long into the box. Pope has come out and Pope has gathered it. Very, very good goalkeeping by His Holiness. Just looking to get Newcastle away. And he throws it out to the left. Dan Byrne brings the ball forward for Newcastle United. There's nothing down the left-hand side for him to aim for, so goes into Botman. Botman across to Fabian Schär now. Schär has Trippier, so goes all the way from left to right. Trippier now looks forward. Just dinks it into... Oh, it's a late tackle on Miggy again. How a referee! That's a terrible, terrible decision to keep play going here. Bamford plays it in. Botman's got it away. Flicked on by Bruno. He's taken out late. Referee says play on. Wow. I mean, this is mental. Such a late tackle on Almiron. It was incredible. Bit of head tennis going on here now. Schär plays it long. And finally, Leeds try and get the ball down. Leeds having a bit of a decent possession here. That's a lovely ball out to the right. Brought down by Luke Aylan. Forshaw now for Leeds. Cuts inside towards the centre circle. Long ball played down the right-hand side again. And down Leeds' right-hand side. Rodrigo picks the ball up, spins, fires it across. Bamford, it was a lovely touch and just ricocheted off Rodrigo, or else he was in there if he could have controlled that ball properly. That's good work. And Isak dragged back. Free kicks as the referee. And Rodrigo should actually be booked for that because he pulled his shirt. Isn't that supposed to be an automatic booking in these days? Oh, dear me. I'm not sure. It was a lovely little layoff by Bamford, and he just couldn't take it there. Otherwise, he was clean in, and that could have well have been 2-1 to Leeds. But the thing is, Leeds have started again with a bit. Oh, what a ball that is! What a ball! Oh, we just couldn't make it. Willett couldn't get on the end of it. He didn't seem determined to get on the end of it. It was a beautiful ball in from Schär. Again, round the defence brilliantly, but it just... Oh, nice by Bruno. Steps away. Bruno in Willock. It comes loose to Wilson, and he's over the bar. And he was caught very late. And, well, will they look at that one? I'm not sure. It's a corner, says the referee. So, bounce to Wilson. And, well, I think he just kicked the defenders. I mean, I don't think there's a penalty in there. No, not for me. But a corner, definitely. As it hit the knee. Wilson's still down holding his foot. I mean, it's nasty, isn't it, when you kick another boot? Eddie Howe having a word with the fourth official. I mean, that ball there from Fabian Schär, I don't understand why Willock didn't bust a gut to get on the end of it. It's like he sort of half thought he wasn't going to get it from the off. It was a brilliant ball. Anyway, here comes Trippier's corner. That's a better one. It's bouncing around, and it's going to bounce loose for a goal kick to Leeds. Despite the protests from Newcastle United, it's going to be a goal kick. But to be honest, I mean, that's better from Newcastle. Yeah, it's a goal kick. I don't know what Callum's complaining about there. But that's more positive. And again, I do think Leeds are there to be got at. And got at from the off. I mean, I just don't think their defence is good enough to hold out. Providing we play the right sort of ball. Long ball again from Leeds, but Joe Linton is underneath that one. Isak just rolls off his foot. Doesn't happen very often, but a good block. And Botman brings it out for Newcastle United towards the halfway line. He goes, it's not great from Sven Botman. He's lost the ball. And Leeds coming down the right-hand side. Byrne comes across and gathers the ball up really well. That's better. Bruno for Newcastle, out to Trippier on the right-hand side. Newcastle trying to speed up this game. Trippier's ball is dreadful to nobody. What was he playing that to? And the ball, I mean, there's loads of mistakes going on here. I mean, Bamford's taking forever with the ball there. He got away with that one. Long ball again. There's so many mistakes going on here. Leeds coming forward here. This is an opportunity. Good defending by Trippier. Good strength. Leeds appealing for a penalty. I don't know how on the holy hell they were expecting to get a penalty there. Good play by Joe Linton. Bruno comes to Wilson. But again, first into the tackle was a Leeds United player. They're definitely fired up at the start of this half. Miggy comes back well. And that's a throw into Newcastle. Good defending again by Miggy. But we need to, some of these guys need to wake up out here. Willock's half asleep. Botman's half asleep. Good strength up by Kieran Trippier. Junior goes down looking for the penalty. He was just out-muscled there. Throw from Trippier goes right across to Botman. He's then got a lot of time to knock it left. Burn now with a bit of space to bring it over the halfway line. Willock is on in support of him on the left-hand side. Burns' pass is absolutely dreadful to Joe Willock. No power on it at all. And it's intercepted. Willock holding his left foot again. We've just got to try and get this sloppiness out of our game, guys. It is really sloppy. Isak taken out late again there. He's gone down holding his foot. And Isak is in a bit of pain. He's trying to get back to his feet, though, because Newcastle are on the attack. Almiron inside to Bruno. Bruno flicks it over the top for Almiron. His first touch is okay. His right foot cross, and we get a corner. That's better. Again, combining, but again, Miggy can't get the corner in with his right foot. Nice little flick again by Bruno across to Almiron. Took it down well with his left foot, went across with his right. And to be fair, it was blocked by the Leeds defender. Another corner. Maxi is going to come on for Newcastle. He's having a good chat with Eddie Howe. Still got his bib on at the minute, but Eddie Howe chatting away to him. Header comes in and cleared away by the Leeds defence. Willock spins it across now to Almiron, who's got Trippier in great support down the right. Trippier's ball in. It floats around. It comes loose. Oh, what's going on? The ball is 1,000 foot in the air. Robles comes out. There's so many scrambles going on in that penalty area. Flick back in again from Botman. And Leeds now come away with McKennie. He clips it over the top, looking for the run of Rodrigo. He goes against Sven Botman. Leeds getting men forward here. Rodrigo cuts onto his left, lays it in. It's dummied. It comes to Bamford at the far end. Bamford trying to shoot. And he's given handball against Patrick Bamford. Wowzers. I mean, it's great football to watch if you're a neutral, but Jesus, the amount of mistakes going on in this second half, it's quite incredible. Both teams just are all over the shop. Here's that header from Fabian Schär. Rodrigo clears. I mean, it wasn't off the line, but if Rodrigo wasn't there, I'd love to have seen where that ball would have dropped. Here's Almiron for Newcastle. Lays it back to Fabian Schär. He, in turn, goes across now to Botman. Botman into Bruno now, just at the bottom of the centre circle. Across to Kieran Trippier. Trippier, nifty little pass into Bruno. Bruno brings it forward. He's taken out. Referee says free kick to Leeds. Bruno is going to be booked for diving. Yeah, I think he's right. You know, as much as we love Bruno, I think he's right there. He took too much of a heavy touch there, Bruno, and then went down. I'm just seeing it again. There's the heavy touch. Oh, it's a dive all day long. McKennie never touched him. That's where Bruno, it kind of bugs me a little bit sometimes. He's took a heavy touch there and he's gone down. He's not going to get the free kick. Really can't complain that he's booked there. Long flick forward. Good defending by Fabian Schär. Here's Bruno again. Tangling with McKennie. Bruno then stands his feet. It's a bad ball, though. Straight to Luke Ayling. Bruno has started the second half a little bit like he started the first. He needs to just wake up a little bit. Leeds coming forward again. Played out to the left-hand side. It's whipped in quickly by Harrison. Cleared away by Fabian Schär. And Newcastle now can maybe break on the left-hand side. Willock Oh, nice play by Willock. Skips round and breaks for Newcastle down the left-hand side. Can he go all the way? I mean, he's got to really, really run. Rubbles comes out and gets there. Took a heavy touch. Willock didn't catch him, so get up, goalkeeper, will you? And Leeds United will again just take the time. Coming up to the hour mark at Elland Road. It is still 1-1. And right now, as I commentate on this game, this could go anywhere. Oh, that's a nasty tackle on Bruno. That is going to be a booking. That was a real nasty tackle on Bruno, and Trippier is not happy with that. That seemed very, very high by Junior. And VAR are going to look at this, I think. VAR are going to look at this for violent conduct. It's a yellow card to Junior. I haven't seen the tackle again, but it looked really nasty and high, that. Ooh, that is terrible, man. That's a shocking tackle. That is a really nasty tackle there. Studs up as well. Studs high, and VAR are checking this for violent conduct here. That's a terrible tackle. His studs are up. Wow, right down his shin. This could be a sending off. For me, that's a red card. For me, it's a red card all day long. And I think the referee might be sent to the monitor here. Have they allowed... Yeah, they're not going to send the referee. They're not sending him to the monitor. They've said a yellow card is a good call. Wow. I'm sorry, but that's a red card for me. That is shocking. How is that not a sending off? Somebody tell me how that is not a sending off. Absolutely disgusting tackle. Jesus, man. Come on. But again, VAR, what do you know? Anyway, free kick. Trippier lofts it into the penalty area. Bouncing around again. And the referee has this time blown for offside, as it looks like Ganonto is coming on for Leeds. Colorado Magpie says that's a yellow. I disagree, because I'm sorry, his studs were up. And whatever you say, that is a red card. Your studs are up like that, you get a red card. We've seen Bruno sent off for just the same sort of tackle earlier in the season. Where is the consistency? Jesus. Anyway, long ball. Dan Burn underneath it. Bruno now flicks it out to Joe Willock on the left-hand side. Willock again is going for one of those mazy runs down the left. Willock. He's got Aylan. He skips inside Luke Aylan. Willock clips it in towards Callum Wilson. Sorry, Isak. It's headed away. Well, punched away by the goalkeeper. Brilliant from Willock, that. That's what we want to see from him. Here he is again. Willock looking for one of the forwards. Willock keeps going. Was he tripped? No, says the referee. Pumped away again by Leeds United. As far as Botman. Botman just clips it straight to Bruno. We need to keep this pressure on Leeds here. We're starting to get the better of it. Fabian Schär rolls it into Bruno. Out to Trippier. Trippier looks for help. Gets it from Schär. Schär immediately goes to Botman. Start again. Botman down the line now to Big Dan Burn. Burn looking for options. Joe Linton has it. Joe Linton, good turn by him, but he's tackled. It's a very, very good tackle and sets Leeds away on the attack. Looking for Harrison on the left-hand side. Holds off Trippier. Harrison does really well to keep the ball in play. And how have Leeds got away with that? Dear me. Terrible defending again, but this time Schär is there to clear the ball. And Trippier beaten far too easy on the right-hand side again. It's a chance and it's lashed over the bar from Weston McKennie. But again, too soft defending from Newcastle in the right-back position. Leeds getting in where they really, really shouldn't. But, Schär quickly out to Weston McKennie as Ganonto is going to come on for Leeds United. Still haven't seen whether Maxi is going to make an appearance. He was talking to Eddie about 5 minutes ago. Isak now for Newcastle to Joe Willock. Back to Dan Burn. Starting again with this patient build-up. Long ball again is out to nobody from Botman, but Miggy is giving chase. It's with the goalkeeper now on his left foot, and he's spooned the ball out of play, which will put us immediately onto the attack. But Leeds United are going to just steady the ship and make the substitution and make a change. I'm not sure. Was it Jack Harrison that's come off? Ganonto is on. Yeah, Jack Harrison is being replaced. That's Leeds' second change of the game. Still no sign of St. Maximin for Newcastle. I do think we need Maxi on the pitch now. We need that little bit of explosion down that side. Just cause Leeds some further problems. Trippier with a throw-in to Miggy. Miggy back to Trippier. Then back to Miggy again. Can't turn the Leeds defender, but does win a throw-in. Well, Anthony Gordon's stripped as well to come on. So he's having a conversation now with Eddie Howe. So maybe I think he's going to change the two wingers. Or does he move Isak into the middle? I think he has to. He can't take Isak off. I think that'd be ludicrous, to be honest. Trippier's long throw into the box. Headed away. Bruno is underneath it. Looks for Miggy. Miggy desperately trying to get his head to it. Trippier to Miggy. Inside to Bruno. There's so many mistakes going on here, guys. It really is quite outrageous. Nobody can hang on to the ball at the minute. I think Gordon's going to come onto the right, though, guys. So we're going to get our wish and see Anthony Gordon on the right. Dan Burn plays a nice ball in. Good hold-up work from Wilson. Wilson still got it. Looks for support and gets it from Bruno. Bruno into little 1-2. That's nice. It just doesn't fall for us. Leeds just keep the ball. Referee says play on. Big chance here for Newcastle. Oh, why didn't Willock hit it, man? But we've got the ball back. It's with Joe Willock again. Across comes the ball. And Isak's header is wide. And Isak is desperately claiming handball here. And this... Well, let's have a look. Oh, I tell you what. That's handball. That's a handball. They both jumped for it. He's flicked it off his fingers. It's a handball, referee. It's a clear as day handball. This is a penalty. It's got to be. You can see his fingers bent back on the ball, man. Come on. If this is not given for handball, then I am calling bullshit. He's not offside. It's a handball. It's got to be given. Yes, Almiron's offside when the ball comes in. He isn't. This has got to be a penalty kick. It's a handball. He's going to the screen, and rightly so. If this is not handball, I am calling corruption right now on live TV. I am calling it corruption. If this is not given as a handball, you see his fingers bend back on the ball. It is clear as day. It's clear as day, handball. Why are you taking so fucking long, man? It's a penalty kick, and rightly so. It only took 5 years to give, but finally we get a penalty. And can I just say, it's Junior again, who was already been booked. Wow. I mean, wow, who's going to take this one? At the moment, Kieran Trippier has the ball. He's not listening to any of the bullshit. I don't know where the Leeds United goalkeeper's gone. He's gone for a walk. It is going to be Callum Wilson to take the penalty. No spoilers, please, in the chat. Wait till I've commentated on it. This is a huge penalty for Callum Wilson. It is a huge, huge penalty. Absolutely terrible defending. Fat Sam, shut your pasty pie hole, you wanker. And Leeds are doing as the goalkeeper now booked for trying to put the... Obviously, this is ridiculous tactics from Leeds. The goalkeeper's still going at the referee after he's been booked. Massive, massive pressure here on Callum Wilson. Remember, guys, no spoilers until I've commentated on it. And Robles coming out screaming it. Book him again, referee! That's disgusting, man. Callum, very, very experienced, of course. This is a huge penalty for Newcastle United. It's a huge penalty. Up steps Wilson and scores! It's 2-1! And Callum Wilson makes it again. A brilliant penalty kick. Straight down the middle into the roof of the net. And that says, Robles, you tosspot, you massive big-nosed motherfucker, you have just made an arse of yourself. And it's 2-1 to the Toon. And the Leeds fans look dejected. But, you know, they're trying to do everything they possibly could there to put Callum Wilson off. It didn't work, you bunch of muppets. And Newcastle United are in front with 22 minutes left. Side foot, straight down the middle, roof of the net, no problem at all. Kept his cool. And how about that? 2-1 Newcastle. And boy, oh boy, the Geordies go mental, and rightly so. Leeds United should be absolutely disgusted with themselves. There's the handball again, clear as day for everybody to see. You can't put your hand up like that. You simply can't. You see his fingers bend on the ball. It flaps his fingers. Of course it's a penalty. But again, Isak causing all sorts of problems there for Leeds United. Now, what does Eddie do with the substitutions? But Leeds have to come out at us now. They simply have to. And Newcastle are on the attack again here with Wilson. He's got Joe Willock in support on the left-hand side of the box. And that's deflected. And has it gone for a corner? Indeed, it has. Anoy, thank you for your £5 super chat. Howie, he says. Indeed, my man. Howie. And this time it's Isak coming across to take the corner, guys. Ganonto has now been booked. I think that must have been for dissent as well. But there you have it. Isak has come across to take the free kick. Sorry, the corner. Now, where's he going to put this? He plays it short to Trippier. Trippier then back to Bruno. Doesn't control it, but it comes to Willock. Willock back to Bruno. Bruno, he's got Kieran Trippier on that left-hand side. Trippier miscontrols it, and it goes for a throw-in. And there is going to be changes here, substitutions. And Robles again is right out his penalty box screaming at the referee. Callum Wilson is coming off for Newcastle. George Wilson is now booked for time wasting. George T, thank you for your £5 super chat as well. Miggy is coming off as well. So it's as we expected. Wilson comes off, goes off right where the Newcastle United fans are. And Gordon comes onto the right and Maxi goes onto the left. Very good substitutions then for Newcastle. And on comes Maxi now. 2-1 up. Leeds are tiring. 20-odd minutes left of the game. I think they're very good substitutions to make. And we are now well and truly in the driving seat. Wilson took those penalties absolutely brilliantly. Absolutely brilliantly. And we now have a 5-point gap over Manchester United. Obviously, Man United have a game in hand. But more to the point, we've got, 4 over Man United, 5 over Liverpool. And we'll have played the same games. Commander Zavolo, thank you for your £2 super chat. He says, great commentary. Thank you, my man. Now we just need to see this game out. Nothing stupid. In fact, I think that there's more goals here for Newcastle United, without a shadow of a doubt. Oh, well played, Willock. And now Maxi down the left-hand side. Oh, he just played Willock and he was away. And Maxi fouls Luke Ayling, and it's a free kick to Leeds. If Maxi just got his head up there, Willock was away. But Wilson will be very pleased with his display today. And also two penalties. And you've got to say the pressure on him for those penalties was massive. Massive pressure. But he did brilliantly well. Long ball played again, and Leeds United, well, Isak causing problems through the middle again. Good work by Joe Linton, and a free kick, a throw into Leeds. That Robles is starting to annoy me now. He's got massive nose, massive ears, and he's a terrible goalkeeper, in my opinion. So there you go. Long ball again from Leeds United. Nick Pope's come, well, what a volley that is from Pope. I mean, it's gone out of play, but it hasn't gone out of play. It's still in. Maxi tracking back. Here's Forshaw for Leeds as they try. Now they've got to come at us, though, which might open up gaps. The pace we've got up front now, you'd have to say that favours Newcastle United without a shadow of a doubt. So let's see. Here's Trippier now, looking again for the quick break. Anthony Gordon, Isak's offside. There's no doubt about that. And they're going to continue the play, but Isak is miles offside. I can guarantee you that. It's in the net, but it's not going to count. Maxi scored, but the flag has gone up. He was miles offside. I mean, Gordon waited a bit too long to play the pass through, but he's definitely offside. It looks close from that angle we've just seen, but saw it live. He was miles off. Just put the bloody flag up. You know what I mean? Or Maxi won the ball and then hauled down to the floor. But play's gone on. Get up, Maxi. We don't need any of that rolling around, please. Leeds coming now down Newcastle's left-hand side. Ganonto on this other side hasn't really had a touch of the ball since he's been on the pitch. He's been booked, though. Here come Leeds. Forshaw clipping it through. Cleared away by Newcastle United. Isak gets the ball first. And now Willock plays the ball to Maxi. Maxi picks it up. Leeds have got to desperately get back. It's a 4-on-2. And here's Alexander Isak into the box. What can Isak do here? Isak. I thought he took it too far. Somehow he got a left foot on it to keep it in. This guy's incredible. Just when you think he's lost the ball, he'll go and do something like that. I think he could have done better, though, if I'm honest. We had a 4-on-2 at one stage there. Play goes on again. 14 minutes of normal time left. Newcastle lead by 2-1 in, a game that we've been totally on top of most of the match, to be fair. But now what we don't want to do is sit back and let Leeds come onto us. Squeaky bum time again at Elland Road. Trippier fires a ball into the middle. Willock now through the middle. Newcastle, it's like slow motion. Leeds just can't. I mean, there's going to be so many chances for Newcastle here in this second half. Here's Gordon on the right. He's blocked off, but he's still got the ball. He's got Trippier overlapping him. Pulls it back to Bruno. Bruno to Trippier. Trippier fires it back to Big Joe Linton, who's in loads of space here. Brings it forward again to Anthony Gordon on the right. Gordon's got an overlap from Trippier. Plays it inside, though. Bruno, Trippier, floats it across to Gordon. Takes it on his chest into the box. Then scurries back out of it. He's got Trippier in support. Trippier, poor pass to find Bruno. And Ganonto brings it away for Leeds. And they're trying to break away, Leeds United here now, down the right-hand side. Maxi getting back and doing really well, but he's going to be pulled up for a free kick as Luke Ayling hits the floor. Maxi with his 1005 bandages on, but Leeds take a quick free kick. McKennie now. Floats it into the penalty area. Bamford, he got the right side of Fabian Schär there, but he's won a corner for Leeds. It is not over yet. Guys, if you're enjoying the stream, please hit the thumbs up button. It really does help the channel. And of course, if you're new and you like what you see, please do subscribe. It's free to do so. Hit the subscribe button. See how many we can finish on by the end of this game. We're on 19,415 on our way to 20k. And with your help, we'll get there sooner rather than later. Thank you very much. Quick corner taken. Gnonto now trying to get by. He's floated it across to the back post. It's hit Botman. It's bouncing around again. Shot in. It's gone in. Christensen has equalised for Leeds United. How has that gone in? I don't know whether that's deflected or not, but it's 2-2. Oh, man, we've done it again. I mean, how's that gone in the back of the net? You know what? I don't know how that's happened, guys, because Gnonto floated across. It's nodded down. The ball's bouncing around, and it's hit by Christensen. And I just think Nick Pope didn't see it by the looks of things. Seeing it behind the goal one now. It's bouncing around, comes out to Christensen. He just, it is deflected off Trippier. Oh, would you believe that? Nick Pope's got no chance. I mean, nobody expected that to go in there because it was deflected. Play underway again with Bruno. Isak. Come on, wake up, guys. Get first to the ball here. Gnonto now for Leeds. Just over 10 minutes left of normal time. Good tackle by Trippier. Free throw into Leeds now, deep in the Newcastle half. Wow. Long ball played in again towards Gnonto. He's given Trippier a bit of a run around here, and Gnonto does well. And he's won a free kick. Trippier hauls him to the ground. Trippier's had a rough game today. I think it's pretty fair to say that he's had a rough game. But listen, some people in the chat are saying we haven't done enough with shots. We've relied on penalties. And I guess that's the case. I guess we have relied on penalties. We haven't got enough shots in this game. But here we go. It's a free kick for Leeds in a very, very, very good position. We have to stay switched on here. In comes the free kick towards the near post, and that was a big chance. And it's Bamford again. And how many opportunities is Patrick Bamford going to have? I mean, it's a huge opportunity for Bamford. And he mistimes the header. It comes off his shoulder. If he gets any kind of flick on that, it's 3-2 Leeds. But fortunately for us, it doesn't happen. Here's Maxi for Newcastle on the halfway line. Rolls it back now to Share. We've got to create something, guys. We simply got to now. Bruno stabs it to Gordon. Gordon now inside to Joe Willock. Willock has got Maxi on the left-hand side. Maxi now. Can we get the ball in the box? Maxi decides to go at the byline. It's a good run by Maxi. He can't get the ball across, though. And it's cleared away. He tried it on the left foot. Good hold-up play that by Bamford. Very strong in the play, and he's going to win a free kick for Leeds. And he's going to pretend he has a head injury here, so he's going to take a bit of time up. I mean, very, very good hold-up play. Botman all over him, and he does really well, Patrick Bamford, and then Byrne comes over and just trips him up. It's a stupid foul by Dan Byrne there. He was going nowhere. Fucking hell. Unbelievable this is. Elliot Anderson's going to be the next one to come on for Newcastle. I take it he'll come on for Joe Willock. It's the only change I can see. Robles takes a long goal kick for Leeds. Again, Bamford causing all sorts of problems. Bruno. Terrible pass that for Willock. He was never going to get to that. Joe Linton steps up. Botman slides in to win the tackle. Joe Linton wins the tackle as well. I mean, there's a lot of tackles flying around now. Gnonto. I mean, there's a Leeds player rolling around. Get up, man. In comes the cross. It's to the near post. Botman manages to avoid it, going for a corner. Byrne plays it up the line to Maxi. Maxi back to Dan Byrne, who tries to flicker one back over the top for Maxi. And Maxi's thrown off the ball. No free kicks as the referee. Come on, this is good refereeing, playing on, being physical. That's what we want to see. It's a contact sport. Leeds play forward. Junior almost getting there ahead of Cher. Cher's clearance goes straight to the Leeds player. Bamford on the ball now. Took it down well. Is thrown to the floor by Botman, and that's a free kick to Leeds. Dangerous position again here. Newcastle are rocking. I don't necessarily think that was a foul, to be honest. I thought Botman got a little piece of the ball there. However, referee said no. This is desperate situation now, guys. I mean, what more can you say? We are right up against it here. Credit the Leeds. They have battled and battled and battled and haven't given up. They've got back in the game now, and they're well within a chance of getting all 3 points, which will, of course, be massive for them at the wrong end of the table. For us at the right end of the table, it's a disaster. Long ball in from Junior, right to the back post, and it flies out for a goal kick. Six minutes of normal time to go plus stoppage time. Where does this game go? Is there another goal in this game? Or is it going to peter out for a 1-1 draw? Cher goes right now to Anthony Gordon. Sorry, to Trippier. Bruno cuts inside, does very well. Then gives it left to Dan Burn. Burn's got Maxi coming short for him. Goes back to Dan Burn. Cher's in a good position, but Burn goes back to Sven Botman. Botman now sends it across to Fabian Cher. Cher brings it forward. Plays it long, looking for the run of Kieran Trippier. Trippier slips, but manages to get the ball. Plays it to, he's took out very late, Kieran Trippier, but the ball is with Bruno. Now out to the left to Maxi. On his right foot! Good save. Didn't put it wide enough for the goalkeeper, and Robles grabs it. Big opportunity that there, and it just wasn't quite far away enough from the goalkeeper to cause him any problems. Comfortable save down to the left. Ethic Boxing says, I stumbled over this channel today, and I must say it's the best watch-along I've ever seen. This guy commentating like a professional radio commentator. He's bloody awesome. I thank you very much. That's very kind. Ganonto chasing this ball into the corner. Trippier hacks it away. It's come down with snow on it, that has. Junior knocks over Anthony Gordon and wins a free kick. Come on. There's got to be one more chance in this game. It's been everything. I mean, it's been pulsating, as you'd expect. Elliot Anderson's come on for Joe Willock. That was the change we were expecting. But is it really long enough for Elliot Anderson to make any sort of difference in the game? 4 minutes left of normal time. Surely you give Elliot a bit more time than he's getting at the minute to try and impact the game. Leeds United also making a change. And it looks like Rodrigo coming off. And Aronson is now on the pitch for Leeds United. 2-2 in the very final few minutes of this game here. And it's with Botman. Come on, look alive. Dan Burn now on the left-hand side. Goes back to Sven Botman. Botman back to Dan Burn. They're trying to keep it to the left, trying to get Maxi in the game. Here he is. Very, very tightly marked, but he's done well to get out of that pickle. Bruno, lovely little flick on now. To Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson going down the left-hand side, all the way towards the corner flag. He's got 2 Leeds players to deal with, though. He's fought so hard for that ball, but eventually Leeds win the throw-in. Win the free kick. Leeds will still fancy that they can get 3 points out of this. There's no doubt about it. As we're just seeing Christensen's shot again here. Wicked deflection off the head of Trippier, and goes in the corner. It was a nothing shot. Nobody thought anything of it. And then suddenly the net ripples and it's in the back of the net. Robles takes the free kick very well down the line, and then actually goes out of play. It was like a rugby kick, that. Joe Linton plays it across and out to Fabian Schär. Schär steps out and brings it forward for Newcastle. Plays it wide to the captain, Trippier. Trippier, it just took a bit too long on the ball to go down the line, but he's won a throw in almost midway through almost on midway, but he swung it into Joe Linton. Nice turn by Big Joe. If he can go left, there's space for Dan Burn to run into here. And Maxi wants it. Maxi gets it. Cuts inside onto his right foot. Plays it down the line to Elliot Anderson. That's a good ball. Anderson now. Oh, he's round the defender. Big chance for Newcastle. Oh, there's nobody at the far post to knock it in. Brilliant work from Elliot Anderson, but we couldn't get anybody at the far post. That was a chance. It was a real chance. Wow. Great work from Maxi. Played it into Elliot Anderson. He got to the byline. He floated across. We just wanted somebody at the back post and not it in the back of the net. And unfortunately, it doesn't happen. Guys, if you've enjoyed the stream and you're new and you like what you see, please do hit that subscribe button. Free to do so. Come and be part of an amazing community here on the Toon Review. And of course, do hit the thumbs up button if you have enjoyed it. If you are already subscribed, thank you very much. Gordon with a flick on, looking for Isak. He can't take it down. Leeds punt it forward. Shares under this and just nods it safely back to the goalkeeper, Pope, who gets on with it quickly to Dan Burn. Burn flicks it inside now to Bruno. Bruno steps forward over the halfway line, outside of the boot for Gordon. It's a brilliant ball for Gordon. Was he fouled? It's a free kick, says the referee. He's not given a penalty. And again, it's Junior. How has he got away with so much in this game? Gordon did brilliantly to get in front of his man. Yeah, I think, it's a free kick. It's just outside the box, to be fair. But how hasn't he got a yellow card again? How is that not a yellow card? He stands on his foot, trips him over. Now, this is... Oh, he's off. Yes, he's got a second yellow. Thank you very much. I mean, he gave away the penalty and now he's given away a trip. Gordon was through on goal anyway. He's got to go, but it's a second yellow. And of course, Leeds will take absolutely forever about this. It's a second yellow, of course, so VAR cannot get involved. Luke Aylan's pointing for the referee to go and look at the screen. However, VAR can't get involved because it's a second yellow. And on a serious basis now, we have a wonderful free kick chance here, right on the edge of the box. But is it one of them where it's actually too close? I don't know. Leeds are going to make another change again. There's 6 minutes of additional time, guys. See, now, if I was Newcastle here, I'd let Schär blast this. I really would. I mean, Trippier we know is good from free kicks, but is this just too close in for a sort of up and over here? It's right on the penalty area. Trippier having a conversation with Isak. Fabian Schär is over the ball, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Trippier. As Patrick Bamford makes way, the whole 6 minutes is going to get taken up by this freaking free kick here, because Leeds is certainly in no hurry. Bamford's done all right for Leeds today. He's had a few opportunities, which he's probably annoyed that he's missed, including the penalty. However, he's done a lot of good work for Leeds today. And Bamford has been booked for time wasting. Well, there you go. What an opportunity this might be. Who is going to take this for Newcastle? Botman and Schär are actually alongside the wall, which will probably create a gap when Trippier goes to hit this. I mean, this is nerve-wracking for everybody. The Newcastle fans, the Leeds fans, everybody is nervous about this free kick. Here we go. It is Trippier that's going to take it. I'm pretty certain of that. Can he bend it in? Here he is. Trippier hits the wall. And you kind of always guaranteed that that is going to be the case. Newcastle have a corner. And there is a fan being ejected from the ground here. I'm not sure whether he's Leeds or Newcastle, but Newcastle have a corner deep into stoppage time now. Trippier with a corner. Near post again, headed away. Headed back in, headed away again. Anderson doing all he can to try and keep the pressure on. Here's Anthony Gordon, but the referee gives a free kick. I'm not sure where the hell that free kick incurred there. Oh, somebody jumped out the crowd and went and confronted Eddie Howe. That's shocking, Leeds. You should be disgusted with your fan there. That should never happen in football. That should never, ever happen in football. A fan running on and confronting the manager. Disgusting. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't call him a fan, actually. Just a dick. But is the referee going to add any more time on of the 6 minutes because of how long it took for that free kick to be taken? Trippier's header. Leeds now trying maybe one more push from them to try and win this game. Ayling on the right-hand side. Maxi has come back as well. Aronson plays it back to Ayling. Ayling inside. Shea just sees him out, and that is a goal kick to Newcastle. Taken quickly. Bruno has the ball now, sends it out wide to Anthony Gordon. Gordon inside to Joe Linton. Joe Linton back to Gordon. Gordon does quite well there to maintain the ball. Fighting for the ball there, Anthony Gordon, but he's lost out. Gnonto hits the deck like a bag of cement. And Gnonto wanting a booking for Kieran Trippier. Not going to happen, matey. Just get on with the game, you wanker. Honestly. I mean, Trippier, again, he does what he normally does. He puts his hands up, but he leaves his leg out. Free kick all day long. And we've still got some fighting to be done here before the end of this match. Forshaw is going to take the free kick for Leeds. Jeff Burleson, thank you very much for your $4.99 super chat. This is great commentary, Paul. Thank you. You're very welcome, mate. Thank you for that donation. Very kind. Guys, if you're new, keep the subscriptions coming. It is free of charge to subscribe to the channel on our journey to 20,000. The free kick is taken, headed away by Newcastle United. Ayling will play it back into the box. Pope has come out and collected it. And we'll get Newcastle going straight away with a kick, looking for Maxi straight away. It's literally Maxi against the Leeds team. Oh, he's done brilliantly, Maxi there. And a good tackle comes across, throw in deep inside Leeds half. Forshaw was the last man back there and really needed to make a tackle on Maxi, or he was in. Trippier will take the throw in for Newcastle United. He's got to go long. No other choice. He has gone long. Cleared away by Leeds, though. Trippier's back there. Plays it back now to Dan Burn. Burn. The 6 minutes are up, but there should be some extra time from that free kick that took forever to take. Headed down. Chance in the box. It's bouncing around. Isak's in there. Botman's in there. It's bouncing around. And Leeds eventually managed to come out with the ball. And they will hack it clear. It's not over yet, though. Burn. Goes to Trippier. Trippier sends it back long again, looking for the flick on of Isak. It is flicked on. Anderson drops it down to Shea. Oh, good save by Robles to his left. It was a brilliant volley by Fabian Shea. I mean, it's a good height for the goalkeeper, to be fair. It bounced just in front of him, so it really needed to be a good save. He had to get two hands on it. And Newcastle still come as time is still not out. Maxi now, well into injury time. Cross comes in. It's terrible from Maxi and out of play. And that should be it. He tried to cross with his left foot there. It was never happening. And out of play it sails. Rasmus Christensen has been awarded man of the match from BT. Well, that's incredible. I mean, he scores a deflected goal and gets man of the match. Interesting. But I think this goal kick will be the end of the match today. It doesn't really do both sides any favours, to be honest. I mean, for Leeds, it's a well-earned point, but for Newcastle, wow. We just have to hope that the other teams below us lose again. And there it is. It's the end of the match. It's a 2-2 draw. It's not what we wanted. I don't know whether it's what Leeds wanted either, but it's finished 2-2. And Newcastle United, well, they've got 3 games left to try and secure Champions League. It's still all to play for, but it's disappointing, guys. It really is. It's disappointing. Man, oh, man. Anyway, we have Billy back with us. Billy, I mean, 2-1 up, and then we blow it again.
Yeah, the base of the side that's been the whole base for a whole season, the solid defence, just isn't solid anymore. Trippier right back today, defensively was poor. Sven Botman was very, very poor, I'm afraid.
Yep.
And we didn't create enough, and I think Leeds wanted it more than we did. If the truth be told, they fought like tigers once they got the one down.
Yeah, second half definitely. I thought that. Woofer, thank you very much for your £5 super chat. Thanks, Paul. Great commentary. I mean, going ahead, Billy, with the penalty, which, I mean, it was stupid defending. He should have got a second yellow for that, surely.
Yes, he should have. He should have been off way before he was. I don't know if the referee thought it. Was an advantage to us keeping him on because he's that poor. But he should have gone. We should have been playing 10 men for the last half an hour. The referee I thought was absolutely shocking today as well. I really do.
Well, he didn't have much control. I mean, the tackle on Bruno for me was a red. He's been, Bruno got sent off for a very, very similar tackle earlier on in the season.
Yes.
So I don't understand how VAR can possibly look at that and say, "Oh no, that wasn't a." He goes studs up. Studs up is instantly, a dangerous tackle.
Yeah,
I don't get that. But listen, we've only got ourselves to blame. I mean, we didn't really create anything apart from the penalties. Let's be honest. We didn't have any decent shots on goal. Maxi and Gordon come on. I don't think, Maxi has a good shot and then he fluffs the cross at the end. I don't get it. I think we should have maybe kept Wilson on.
Yeah, I think if the change had to be made, I think maybe Isak. He's the one that looked the most tired. I was surprised he didn't bring Isak off near the end because he was blowing out of his arse after 75 minutes. Yeah, maybe put Maxi central and brought Murphy on because Jacob Murphy's not played a minute today after being our best player last week. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I'm baffled by that. I really am. The build-up play was there. It was there throughout the game. We certainly bossed the first half, and the build-up play was always there for me. But again, we're not creating. And, we can say, but what about all those goals against Tottenham, etc.? But this is the crunch time now where we need the ball to hit the back of the net, and we have to rely on 2 penalties today.
Yeah. I mean, creatively, the front 3 today, I thought Wilson had a good game. But did he have a chance on goal apart from the penalties? No. Did Isak have any chance on goal? Not really. Miggy, a couple of shots from outside the area. Yeah, we're not creating enough, and I don't know why that is. I'm baffled, to be honest. I don't think that 3 works as a front 3. You've got to have one or the other. I've been saying it all along, and it doesn't work.
I mean, I thought, Isak looked lively first half when he was cutting in onto his right foot. I thought there was some good link-up play, but it died off for some reason. But look, we've got 2 home games now, Billy. We've got Brighton and we got Leicester. And we did say that we needed 7 points to qualify, right?
Yeah.
So we've now got to look at these 2 home games and say, right, win these 2 home games. I mean, it's not going to be as easy as that, but I think we'll win them. Win the 2 home games, we're in the Champions League. That's basically how it is now, isn't it?
I agree. 2 home games, and you've got to win them both to get Champions League. Now, if someone had have asked you that at the beginning of the season, you'd have said, firstly, they were mental. Secondly, it's not their arm off. Have we got the wherewithal to beat Leicester and Brighton at home? I would think so. The Brighton one's obviously going to be the hardest one. Unless they've packed up their boots this season lying on the beach somewhere. It's possible. It's possible. And we saw how Everton dealt with them last week.
I mean, look, a lot of people think, well, if Everton can beat them 5-1, I mean, look, I'll take a scrappy 1-0 win now. I don't care how we play as long as we get the 3 points. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
The worry for me is that defence. They don't look the same without Longstaff in front of them. They're making mistakes. Sven Botman was basically bullied today by Patrick Bamford. Very poor for the first goal. Very, very poor for the first goal. I mean, today I don't know about Rolls Royce. It was more like a Lada Cossack. It was awful.
I mean, is it nerves, Billy? Is it nerves getting to us that some of these players haven't been in this situation before? But then again, you look at most of them on the pitch. You've got decent experience. It shouldn't. These are professional footballers. This is what they play football for, to play in these big games and big tournaments, and an opportunity. But look, we're still third in the league, and we've come away from Elland Road, which is always a difficult place to go, right? Yeah. We've come away with a 2-2 draw. We've got a point, and we need to win our 2 home games to be in the Champions League. I mean, obviously the negative Noras are always going to be there and say, we got lucky or whatever it is. But look, this stage of the season, it doesn't matter. You've got to pick up points. And let's be honest, to go to a team who are fighting relegation, we know what it's like as a relegation threatened side over the years. You've got to scrap and fight for everything. And to be fair to Leeds United today, they did that. They played exactly how we thought they were going to play. A bit of grit, a bit of time wasting, a bit of fight. Yeah. And you can't take that away from them. But on the flip side of that, though, Billy, you've got to praise our guys for standing up to it and still getting a point out of it.
Yes, I agree with that. There have been times in our recent history where we wish we'd seen our team play with such passion as Leeds did today. Because sometimes it hasn't happened. I think what we're seeing now is the result of the lack of depth in our squad. We've got players who are playing week in, week out, having no time for rest. Botman's one of them. Trippier's played every game this season so far. It's the lack
he was poor today, Billy. He was poor today.
Yes, he was. He was awful. And I think what you're seeing now is that depth that we haven't got coming to bite us on the arse. We can't replace Trippier. We lose too much without him. Has it come to the stage now where man caring for Trippier is better? No, I don't think so.
No, I don't either. No.
Whether he's poor in defence, he's still a leader. We've got no one to replace Botman. Byrne needs a rest. The lack of depth is really killing us. But I'm afraid Leeds fought for it today. They wanted it more they wanted that point more than we wanted the 3, and that's a horrible thing to say.
Interesting. Ian Fleming, thank you for your £5. He says, I don't think Isak and Wilson works, and the defence was not up to scratch. DK35, thank you for your £4.99 super chat. He says, if all the teams sit deep against us till the end of the season, we won't score. We can't break teams down. It's crazy. It's such slow play. Look, one of the things we said all season, Billy, is about the way we play and how, positive we are and how quick we're moving the ball now compared to what we used to, right? And in the today, not quite there, but it's the back end of the season. It's a tough time. Geordie boy, thank you for your £2 super chat. He says, well said, Paul, stay positive. Look, I don't get the real, negative comments that are coming in, to be honest. I don't. We can be frustrated that we didn't take 3 points today, but on the flip side of that, be positive that we still took a point and it's still in our own hands, Bill.
Yeah, it is. But the pressure that now is on us, we expected 3 today would have made it easier for the 4 points. Winning a lot and a draw at home gets over the line. The pressure's now on us. And you can guarantee...
Well, Man United and Liverpool haven't played yet, so we could be looking at a very different story.
They haven't, but to be honest, do you really see Man United or Liverpool losing today? Because I don't. And if they are,
probably not. But you just never know, do you?
It's not just the pressure that we're putting on ourselves and the fans are putting on us. You watch the press bump it up. Are Newcastle floundering? Are they faltering? Looks like they're floundering. Looks like they're faltering. The press will be on our case. It's up to Eddie Howe now to kind of. This is the most important part of the season. He's got to get that team together. He's got to get that team back into the mode they've been in most of the season, and go out and give Brighton a good hiding, because that's we do that. The Leicester game comes on easily for that. The Brighton game is obviously the next game. It's the most important game of the season so far.
I mean, when you look at if you talk about luck, I think Leeds got that piece of luck today that they needed with the deflected goal. Trippier's positioning was a bit weird. I mean, I don't know, he didn't really
why charge. I don't know why he's on that side of the area.
Yeah, it is a bit weird. But look, Leeds got the bit of luck they needed, but I think they deserved that bit of luck because, we had the majority of that ball for the first half, right? and me included, was expecting it to be the similar sort of story second half, and we just get a couple of goals and pull away. But to Leeds' credit, Billy, they've fought and scrapped that second half and didn't allow us the same kind of time on the ball that we had in the first.
And for that, you can blame you can applaud their fans for that. I mean, obviously, a lot of them were, and that boat that got on the pitch.
Well, I was going to come on to that, Billy. I mean, what the fuck is that all about?
If they might lose points for that alone, that breach of security could put them on. Could take points off them. They could easily do it. Wouldn't put it past them. Wouldn't put it past the league at all to take points off it.
Yeah.
I
wonder what
the
he
fans
said
in the
there.
main. Lord knows, but Eddie wasn't happy about it. I mean, if that bloke had a knife on him, for instance, who knows?
Well, exactly. I mean, Christ.
But yeah, the crowd lifted them without any shadow of a doubt. They felt that they were wrongly done to with that penalty. Obviously, wasn't. It was a penalty. It was a ridiculous penalty to give away. And the crowd got behind the team and really pushed them on. And well, if we could have got a goal after that, it'd have killed them. But we couldn't. They fought like tigers and ended up getting what would we have to say it was a deserved equaliser.
Yeah. Jay Devlin, thank you for your £5 super chat. He says, only the Arsenal game between this and the great run we were on. The negativity is too much and not needed. Get behind the lads. Yeah, absolutely. This is the stage now where the lads need everything from the fans. They don't need to be reading negativity. They need positivity from all the fans to get them over the line. We have to do our part as supporters, guys. We can't just sit here and say, we should have won that game. We should have done this. We should have done that. It's finished 2-2. We got a point. It's still in our own hands, right? And what Newcastle United need now, the players need the fans right behind them. St. James's will be rocking on Thursday night. We know it will. We'll make a hell of a noise. It will be rocking the following Monday because they need it. And us as fans, that is why we support the club. We support the club for times like this where we just need that little bit of oomph to get over the line, Billy.
Absolutely. And we've got 2 home games, and them 2 home games have got to count, really. 6 points. We play our 2 home games. We expect 6 points from 2 home games. Irrespective of who we're playing, really. It doesn't matter who we're playing. We expect points on the board.
Absolutely.
For Brighton and Leicester to come to our place and try and stop us, I don't think I can't see it happening. I think we will get the 6 points we need, but we've got to increase. We've got to increase some things. We've got to increase the energy. We've got to increase the quality, and we've got to increase the pace we play at. Because today we were very slow, wasn't quick enough.
Well, there's no doubt that Eddie will be working in training next week on it. He'll be doing everything he possibly can to get this team ready to go on Thursday night. It is a huge, huge, huge game for Newcastle United. But listen, this is where we want to be, is it not? We want to be involved in these huge, huge games where we've got something incredible to play for. Look at where we've been and had all that dross to watch for 15 years. Now we're in a position where we are sitting here thinking, right, you know what? We are 2 wins away from a Champions League position after a relegation fight last year. We need to remember that, but we also need to remember that these bunch of players have been absolutely bloody brilliant for us this season, right? They have put in 110%. Yes, there's been some games that haven't exactly worked and haven't, we've been beaten. But look at the entertainment that these players have given us this season. And now the one thing that they need from us is that final push to support them for these 2 home games and get them over the line. Because if we make a noise for them, they will do it on the pitch. I have no doubt about that. James Welsh, thank you for your $1.99 super chat. He says, we're desperate for a Longstaff player in the summer. Do you think there's any chance of Longstaff being fit for Thursday, Billy?
None whatsoever.
Because I don't.
You've got a ligament injury. It doesn't matter if it's in your fingernail. You ain't playing again in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever. It's a 6 week 2 months rest for that. No chance. Absolutely no chance. But there's a couple of players to play today that will believe they owe us a performance on Thursday, and Joe Linton's one of them. He's a massive character. He'll be disappointed with the way he played today. Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed. But Billy, thank you very much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, mate, and I'll see you for the review.
Going to watch
the
National League playoff now.
Yes, big final last for Notts County. But thank you very much, Billy.
No problem. Good night. Look after me, everyone.
So there you go. That was Billy Bob and his thoughts on it. But you know what? It's not over yet. And like I say, I'm pretty confident for the 2 home games. But we have to make sure that we play our part as fans, guys. if for whatever horrible reason that it goes wrong, we don't make the Champions League, end of the season is the time to talk about that, about what quite went wrong. But listen, it's still been a wonderful season. You know, we've been to Wembley. We're challenging for Champions League football. It's better than it could ever have been, that we thought of at the start of the season. It's so incredible to be in this position now as Newcastle fans. So let's just take stock, you know, but let's get behind the lads. These 2 home games are now massive, absolutely huge. You know, we've come away from a point with a point, and I'm pretty sure we can still do the Champions League, which is an incredible achievement. But everybody, thank you so much for watching today. Welcome to all the new subscribers on the channel. Nearly 100 subscribers during the stream, which is absolutely fantastic, guys. It really is. Thank you so much to everybody who's been joining the channel. Thank you to all the super chatters. It really helps the channel out. So thank you so much. And also to any new members that have joined today, thank you for your continued monthly support as well. It really, really is important to this channel as well. Thank you for all the likes, the thumbs up. You've been absolutely brilliant. Thank you for spending the match with me. It's been incredible. But we've still got 3 games to go, guys. It is not over yet. And we are in the best position that we could have asked for. We have a chance, guys. The 2 home games are massive, and we need to do all we can as fans to get behind that team and make sure we help them over the line. But thank you again to the mods. Wonderful effort again, as usual, from our brilliant mods. But mainly thank you to you guys out there. Thank you for spending the match with me, and we'll see you very, very soon for the match review and the player ratings. But until then, Daisy will do the outro, and we'll see you soon. And all those new subscribers, by the way, Daisy is the channel mascot, and we love her. So thank you very much for watching, guys. See you soon. Take care.